Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the
whisper, screamed it at the top of your lungs. We gained momentum.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You made us unstoppable.
for a brand.
We had a vision for change.
Turn it off. Now!
You made it a revolution. We told you we are the future.
Anyone out here watching this new show?
The future is now.
Are you ready?
Disruptors, breaking it and making it.
How we looking? Solid. Yeah. Real solid.
Dollar bill, y'all.
They love it when I turn up the bass.
Look at this. Look at this.
And that was without even a single drop of rum.
Look at this.
Fuck it. I like the energy. Whoa. I'm streaming over here. Damn, what the fuck is that? I'm just streaming over here.
Pretty good, Dad.
Right? All right.
Fuck your life.
I don't feel so good.
We're supposed to have 4 fresh fish, but I don't know what's going on this
I don't. They got my homie, man. I don't give a shit. She's an American. If we can get her back, great. But like, bro, that shit is not even a comparable trait.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that private pile?
Can you say Billy Silver?
That was perfect.
Hey, keep up with me. I'm like that little the tree stump from the Apollo. Good luck. He wouldn't know what that is. What time are they following?
They love it when I turn up the bass.
Grown and more seductive than sex. I can see that.
I'm not fucking riding fucking The Rock dick either.
Whoa.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I'm
going to bed. Good night, guys. Yeah.
What's going on, people?
Was really good. Was really good. Welcome to Untitled Live, episode 135. We made it, guys, to another Friday. We here. If this is the first time coming across this channel, we're Untitled Live, man. We talk about all types of shit, movies, pop culture, all types of shit. We go left, we go right. Sometimes we get lost in the middle of the sea, but sometimes we find our way back. Brick Gaming, sir.
You're fired.
My man is King PTO in the building. My man be out. So good, man.
The only man on the quadruple final for calling out.
Yo, shit, man.
Quadruple finals for calling
Happy
out.
Cinco de Mayo. Yes. Well, yes. Thank you. I almost forgot. Cinco de Mayo, man. Oof. So if y'all out there drinking, drink responsible. Don't drink and drive. Take an Uber, if anything, man. We want to make sure that all our soldiers is coming back home tonight. No regrets. No regrets. And my sister's place eating good food. I hope good food with no raisins. I hope that's a thing. You know, y'all some raisin Puerto Ricans. There's difference. You got colorism Puerto Ricans, and we have Puerto Ricans that eat raisins. They're from a different tribe.
Raisins.
Yo, for real, man. Oh man, what a fucking week, man. I've been sick. Trying to like shake this shit off, man. My son's birthday is tomorrow, so happy birthday to Travis.
Happy birthday, Travis. Okay.
12 years old, man. That guy's
12?
12, man. So we have some things planned tomorrow. Man. Yeah.
Pretty soon he's gonna be 16.
Not looking forward to
it. With Instagram and a girlfriend.
Not looking forward. Not looking forward to it, man. Not looking. I mean, I know it's gonna happen, you know, but yeah, man, he's getting big, man. 12. Time does fly. When people say that shit is an understatement. That shit is like,
yeah, it does.
You blink and that's it. He's like doing a sturdy. Listen to Joe.
I looked at my son in his face. When the hell did you turn 16? How did you get here so fast? What?
16, man. That shit.
Yeah, man. Like, bro. What?
Yeah, my son is still like he's 12, but he still has like he still has innocence. You know what I mean? Like a kid. But I know that's gonna change.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna flip so quick.
Take that shit away.
Yeah, they're gonna take that little innocence away, man. He's a kid, man. He's a kid. He's not looking to become an adult. He knows what adult is, so he's not looking to get there. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? Like enjoy your youth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't rush to become an adult.
Facts.
Yeah, man. So we got
sucks.
Yeah, being sick. Bones cracking, all that kind of shit. So
Peter Pan had the right idea, man.
Peter Pan had the right idea, man. Hook
idea.
Listen, man. Hook was like, I want to see my parents again, bro. He's like, yo, nah, chill, bro. Stay here. You stay young forever. You won't get lost at sea. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got some things planned for tomorrow. Hopefully they go through, man. It's been up and down for me as far as like trying to shake this shit off. But yeah, hopefully everything is good tomorrow, and I'll be, out there. He wants to do some bowling.
Up your vitamin C intake, man.
Yeah, I'm doing all that shit. So
C and D3, those are the only thing you need to take right now. C and D3.
Word.
Vitamins.
Yeah, so it should be a blast tomorrow. Didn't do too much as far as like. What? No, I didn't. You know what? I'm lying because I watched a movie called Fall, and that shit gave me like vertigo. I think that movie the shit that fucked me up was watching that shit. So you heard about that movie Fall?
Probably.
So it was these two chicks that they climb a TV antenna, like one of those. The shit is like 4,000 feet.
I never heard.
And they get to the top, and then all the fucking the ladder to the shit fall off, and they stuck on the top. Yo, shit is fucked up. And they up there for like 4 days. Yo, it's crazy, bro. So that shit kind of fucked me up. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, maybe that shit.
4 days standing? Oh my gosh.
No, it was like on the top was like a very small circular platform that they was able to kind of, but they couldn't sleep because if they sleep, they roll over. They had no food, and the twist at the end was crazy.
I would have died because I already know I'm falling asleep, and then I'm gonna roll right off that shit, I'd have been dead. I'd have been
Yeah.
dead. I already know.
Yeah, think about that shit, man. Like that shit happens to me. Like if you're in the bed and you have that falling sensation, you're not really falling. That shit is like death for me.
Nigga, I fell off my own bed, so I already know I'm falling off that shit.
But you ever felt like you fall off a board, you go, "Whoa!" I can imagine like that shit happen in real life, and you just falling like 4,000 feet.
Man, I did the hook and I did the whole crash. So I already know it's over. It's a wrap.
Yo, they had no cell service. The shit was like the height of like the Eiffel Tower, some shit like that. Shit was crazy.
The hell they even climb up there for anyway?
Some adrenaline and shit.
Well, that's what they get. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. I did that. I got caught up with Power. They're waiting for that
big
channel.
rich town.
Yeah.
I just came from the poorest part.
Kind of knew what was going on with that shit because I kept seeing like snippets, like people like posting shit on their stories and shit. You know, it's been out for a minute. I think they're up to episode 7.
The Book of Ghosts or the first Power?
The Book of Ghosts.
Okay.
With Tyreek. But it's like I'm on the
I still gotta watch First Power. I haven't seen.
I would say watch the last 2 seasons of Power, and I'll be like, yeah, 'cause that's when it really picks up. Like it gets crazy. Like they started like doing like twists and shit. But like before that, like, nah, I wouldn't even fuck with it. But it was good. So I'm caught up with that. Started watching a show called Bupkis. It's on Peacock, and it's with Pete Davidson and Joe Pesci. Bro, that show is fucking hilarious, but also like it has some like very like dark moments. Like this shit is like dark and you get sad. There's all kind of shit. Look, everybody you could think of that's in this whole like Ray Romano universe, like everyone else, Rayman, King of Queens, like characters from that world is in this show, like as guest appearances. But everybody's in the show. Method Man, everybody, bro. This shit is crazy. So I'm almost done with that. I think I'm up to episode 6, and I think there's only about like 8. They released the whole entire season. So I would definitely recommend that. I think watching that and then watching Guardians, bro, like fucked up my whole emotion. Like emotion that was fucked up.
The Guardians really good. That's all.
Guardians. Something else. I know I'm missing something. I'm always missing some shit. But yeah, pretty much that's all. Nothing too crazy. What about you, Ren? How was your week?
My week was pretty good, man. Can't complain, you know. I was working. Yeah, working and coming home chilling. I watched. What did I watch this week? I don't even think I watched. I must have been watching wrestling, to tell you the truth. Cause I was following that WWE draft shit that they had going on, so I must have been watching wrestling. I think I'm slowly getting back into it. Watching My Feet Is Killing Me. I finally finished season 4.
So that episode you was talking about last week, gross.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, right? Yo, that foot was black, bro.
Yo, I'm sure in the future, right? Maybe like we're gonna be like 80 something when they design some shit where what you see on the TV is what you smell. And I'm sure
I don't want no smell-o-vision.
Yo, that shit.
I don't want no smell-o-vision. I just want to take their word for it.
That shit looks stink. Like I can almost smell what it.
I think
it possibly smell like.
That season had to be the season of the smelly feet because all 3 doctors on that show have been talking about how people's feet been smelling that season.
My sister sent me a screenshot. She saw the shit too. I'm like, yeah, nah, this is shit. Like, yeah, my father walked out gagging. Gagging, bro. Like, my father can't do that shit. Like, me and my sister, like, we super curious. But we play ourselves at the same time.
Yeah.
Always play ourselves. And then it's just, I mean, it is what it is, man. I can eat food. while watching.
Me too. I was about to say that. I'll be watching that shit on my lunch break. Just eating. So one time somebody walked in on me while I was watching it. They were like, "Yo, how can you watch this and eat?" I was like, "Yo."
I don't know, man. It's a weird. We so desensitized from that shit, man. Like, you just don't.
Man. I'm talking. They be having full on. I'm watching the full on surgery and shit. And people like, "How can you watch that and eat?" I'm like, "Yo, I don't know, man. I'm chilling." But yeah, her feet was jacked. I said, "Yo, that's a fucked up foot. That's a bad foot."
I'm sure. I'm surprised. Like, the shit didn't get amputated. Like, that shit looked like it was like, from the ankle down. Like,
Yeah.
rid of it.
Yeah, I guess because she had a club foot. I guess she could still walk on it somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, but that club foot is like very, very, very uncomfortable to kind of walk with. Fresh Prince, welcome.
What's good, people? What's good? What's good?
What's going on? But yeah, I finally finished that season, like. So I gotta find a new show to watch for my lunch break. Well, no, I'm gonna just finish Hunter x Hunter. Cause I'm about the insects, when the bugs are fighting each other and shit. The insects are eating humans and shit, and now they gotta figure out how to stop them. So I'm up to that arc in Hunter x Hunter, so I'm gonna just finish that. But yeah, movies. I saw Guardians 3 today. And I also saw a movie called Sisu.
The John Wick, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's based set in 1944. Some gold miner dude digging for gold. The Nazis start messing with him, and it makes him regret it. He makes him regret it. So yeah, both good movies. Both good movies. Cecil's a little slower paced though. It's not as fast paced as John Wick, but it's still good. Yeah, I know. Also, I've been watching a lot of YouTube with the whole backlash, with the whole Cleopatra shit going on, with the backlash and that shit.
No, it is.
It's still going.
Great. No, it's even worse. It's double.
Bro, it's worse. Like, you got Egyptians suing Netflix, over the over false giving out false. That's what I was telling people. Once you put documentary on your shit, you have to show it accurate. You can't change shit around for your narrative.
They could have named it like a reimagination, right? Then it would have been straight, right? And I'm like, all right, they're just swapping. It's not real.
Based on a true story. Movie's been doing it for years. Based on a true story.
But like Red said, like the moment you put documentary, the definition of documentary, what the fuck?
Bro, so yeah, I'm watching the backlash and I'm watching all the YouTubers coming out and basically bashing Netflix. They bashing the shit out of that movie. They bashing Jada Pinkett too, because they're saying that even black people, they're like, yo, sis, you say you want to tell a story about black queens, but then you're gonna take a white queen and try to tell it as a black story. You say, well, so you mean to tell me they're like, you mean to tell me you don't know any black queens? Like, yo, they were roasting Jada Pinkett, bro. And the director, because she said some ignorant shit too. The director and the Egyptians all tight. They all mad right now, bro. So yeah. Matter of fact, last week I was dealing with some shit like that on my Facebook. I
peeped it. I don't know. It was after the show, but yeah, like this was like you had like a little
mini rant
squabble. You had a Facebook squabble of information.
I did have a Facebook squabble. It was like I couldn't believe it. I was like this is. Remember, I had to rewind to like a couple episodes back when I said, when people should tell when they cast like real people playing a real person, they should cast them to whatever that person is. And this is a perfect example why, because now people don't even know Cleopatra's black. I mean, she's white. People don't know that she's white. Chick was born in Macedonia. Why do you even want to claim? First of all, I want to know why do you even want to claim Cleopatra? Because she's the most messiest queen ever. Their whole family's full of incest. She basically slept her way to keep her power. Why are we claiming her? Why? Yo, why
You
are we
know
trying
what
to claim her? I don't understand it. Yo.
you know what it is. Like people not really doing the research, man. They're just doing based on. It's like telephone for some people. Like they hear the surface level shit and like, oh shit, it's Africa, is Egypt. Automatically she's black, but they don't really like get into the meat and potatoes or like she. Why would somebody come to conquer Egypt and oppress their own people? You know what I mean? It happens, but that's like, man, it's great. I saw the comments, bro. I was like, I almost jumped in. I was like, nah, because it's already like, one dude was like really getting like he was getting hated, like he was in his feelings. Like, oh,
because he's losing. You know, that's what people get hated when they lose. Because I asked him, yo, when you put the challenge out, I said, okay, show me one historical factual document that says Cleopatra's black. Anything. Give me anything. I'll take anything that's historical factual document that says Cleopatra's black. Because every coin that I see is a white woman. Every painting, every little description of her, pictures of her. She has red hair in one of her paintings. Red hair. Reddish hair, Caucasian skin, olive skin. Olive skin. Like, come on, bro. I was like, give me one thing. He couldn't do it. And then he gonna try to say I'm hate. Wait, what did he say? So what's
you have self-hate.
Yeah, I have self-hate. Bro,
self-hatred, my brother. Self-hatred.
Bro, that shit had me cracking up so much. Like, even I heard one dude on YouTube say, oh, Cleopatra's black because the people, the pharaohs of Egypt was black. How can there be a white queen for a white queen in a black kingdom? I said, easy. They were conquered. They were conquered. Some man called Alexander with his blonde hair came in and wrecked this shit. That's what happened. Exactly what happened.
Word. That shit was like that was like the third dynasty, bro. There was other shit before that.
Yeah, the Ptolemy was the last dynasty of Egypt. After their dynasty, that's when Rome took over, and it just made it like a little province of Rome where they just get they get grains from them, and they took their grains. Rome conquered them and took their grain.
Crazy
history. But anyway, moving on.
You know what? The thing is, like you thrive off those you love that shit. Like I can't do it, so I like you that guy, right? Like I know that if happens, you start and then you finish, right? I would never get into a debate with you when it comes down to that shit because it's like if you know your shit, you're gonna just and then you petty too. Like 2 days later, you go on Instagram and you post up the definition of documentary. Like,
yeah, I definitely did do that.
I was like, yo, he's making sure, like, yo, I'm showing you guys that this is what this means, right? I'm not just talking out of my ass because it seemed like a lot of people just want something to say. You know what I mean? They just it's kind of fucked up.
And then I had people comparing it to like, oh, but it's the same thing when they had John Wayne playing him.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
No, it's not. That's based on a true story movies, yo. Those are based on a true story. They gave you the real character, but they swapped the race. That's based on a true story. A documentary, they have to put Genghis Khan as his proper race, or it's not factual. It's not a documentary after that. He has to be considered a Mongolian Asian.
Or somewhat close to that region, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily be of that Asian descent, but has to be Asian.
Has to be somebody Asian that looks kind of like his kind of Asian. Yeah.
You can't fucking put like Lou Diamond Phillips, right? You can't do that shit. Like, I don't know why.
I think they did. I think Hollywood did pass that dude for Asian of a couple of times in movies. Bro.
Yo, for a minute, I didn't know what the fuck he was, yo. Like, yo, is he like Native American? I don't know. Lou Diamond Phillips, the whole name throws me off. And then you see his face, it's like, I don't know.
Yo, you know what's funny, Fresh? My mom's just randomly hit me the other day. Was like, yo, come here. I need you to see something. I'm like, yo, I'm thinking something's going on. She's like, look. I'm like, what happened? She's like, yo, I need you to see somebody. I'm looking on the TV, bro. I forgot what it was. It was the Masked Singer, I think it was. Fucking Lou Diamond Phillips is on this shit. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I spazzed. I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen Lou in a minute. Like, dude, looking like Joe Lopez right now.
Yo, I get Lou Diamond Phillips, mixed in with the guy that was in Doctor Strange, the first one, when he got his back repaired.
Benjamin
Was
Bratt. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. I said,
yeah.
you're the only person who looked like that looked like Lou Diamond. They had the same kind of thing with that Lou Diamond feels like going on as Benjamin Bratt. But you don't know exactly what he is.
Yeah. No, I'll give you a pass on that one. I ain't gonna lie, that ain't too far out there.
Benjamin Bratt. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, bro.
Those dudes could play anybody, dude. Him, and the guy that does Only the Strong, that dude could play anybody.
Martin Costas.
Yeah, he could play any.
The old dude too that was just in The Last of Us, the Eskimo dude. The old Eskimo couple that was out there. You remember the old dude?
Yeah, he was in Free Willy, right? No.
Yeah, I think he was like a sheriff in something not too long ago.
He was in Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yes. Yeah. He
was trapped in the school with the white lady.
Yeah, he was the one in the school. Yeah.
Try to save Sam Jackson's nephews.
His nephews.
I mean,
yeah.
I just think that's like Native American. I think that's just like.
I believe he
are.
is.
Yeah, I think they just have that lineage. They just have. I mean, Native Americans. That he'll be born in New Mexico, but New Mexico was like conquered. Like, had so many different. That shit fell under like 2 generations of people. Not 2 generations. I would say like 5 generations will be under like 7 different flags. So
wow,
that shit was like part of fucking Britain. That shit was fucking Texas, New Texas. That shit had mad flags, bro. Like and then oh cool, it was part of Mexico. Now it's not. Oh shit, like I'm no longer Mexican now. American. Fuck,
all right.
So, like, the way they used to just trade territory back in the day, man. One minute they were conquered by you'd be conquered by Spain. The next minute Portugal owns you. The next minute England owns you. It's like the way they used to pass around colonizers. That's the only way you can call it.
That shit's like fucking
Haiti. Territories like trading cards.
When Haiti when they got conquered too, they was like, cool, They was like, yo, can we like buy our freedom? All right, cool, you can buy our freedom. You have to pay this. It just took them like 2 years to finish paying that shit off. Like 2 generations of other people just had to pay their ancestors' death. They debt. And
imagine that shit.
The bank was Citibank. That was the last person that took the payment. Citibank. It's just crazy, bro.
Can you imagine that shit? Like, yo, somebody say, I want freedom. Okay, give us money for it. And then today's age, they still had you pay for it. Like, that's crazy, bro.
I'm telling you, it's just fucked up. Like, there's a lot of shit that people don't care to know about. They just don't. These are things that's happening now. It's all about. And then this is like our definition, like back in the days of being woke, right? This was something that was considered woke. Like understanding the nuances and all that kind of shit that's happening around the world, not like what they kind of morphed that shit into now. Like the woke word has been.
I had to like.
That shit is different now.
That's also something I did during my week too. I went on somebody's a couple of these YouTubers pages that like to use woke a lot. I'm like, listen, you're perversing the word woke. That's not woke. Don't even mean the shit that you're trying to make it mean. Woke is knowing the truth through the lies. That's basically what woke is. Like you see the truth through the lies that you're being told, whatever. That's basically the simplest definition of woke. There's a deeper meaning to it, but I'm gonna give you the simple definition. That's basically what it is. And you guys are making it. Oh, if they change the character's race to black, oh, they're going woke. Or if they add a female character here, they're going woke. Or they add a gay. That's not what woke is.
It's just these white folks, right? Or these like hardcore Republicans, man. They use this word woke as just another way to say the N-word with the hard R, without being canceled, right? It's like, yo, it's not.
I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I feel like when I see the word woke, it's like that person's racist.
It's like you saying the N-word.
You get the feeling, bro. You just get the feeling, bro. Like,
this is what woke comes to die. I mean, like that's just like either like you talking about the black and brown.
We know what you talk.
Or you talking about gays. That's it.
We know what you're talking about. We know what you're talking about. Just say what you mean, bro. Say what you mean.
Just say it, bro. Just say it. See what happens.
And then the funny thing is when they're comparing the Cleopatra casting. So, they already took Ariel and they took Ariel the Little Mermaid. Now they keep, I'm like, how you comparing
Y'all
a real
serious?
person
Y'all serious?
to a fictional character
To
that
a
lives in the
cartoon
sea?
character? A fish? A mermaid?
You know how dumb it is to
crab?
try to claim. You know how dumb it is to try to claim Ariel for the Little Mermaid.
Fish,
Listen,
fish.
it's a chick.
Fish.
Ariel's a chick that lives under the sea. Her father's Greek. She in the waters of Denver. She has a Caribbean crab as a best friend. It's stupid to try to claim anything in the Little Mermaid, bro. Nothing makes sense.
And look at all
Nothing
the
makes
sisters.
sense.
All the sisters are different Asian.
Mhm.
They're all
all spectrum.
There's a Nubian queen in that bitch.
And you know why I accept it?
Black as hell.
Yep.
Because Disney already put wild shit together in the original cartoon of the Little Mermaid. They like Flounder should not be in the same waters where Ariel is. So Flounder and Sebastian not supposed to be in the same waters, bro. Sebastian's supposed to be in the Caribbean. If he's a Caribbean crab, he's supposed to be over there by Jamaica or some shit like that, or Trinidad.
Chilling.
He's over here in Denver, in the waters of Denver.
People just
fuck you got
logic, bro. To be honest, bro, if y'all want Ariel, take that shit. That movie looks like garbage. Take it.
Yeah,
yo, they gonna create with the. We talked about it like two episodes ago. Like they haven't showed Flounder's face, and like now this week they've been showing his face. OD, like yo, people losing their shit. Like I'm like yo, I've been talked about that shit. That shit is terrible, bro.
The scene when Sebastian comes in, she has legs, you idiot. I said, oh no, there's gonna be some bad acting in this shit. I felt it, bro. I said it's gonna be so bad. She has legs, you idiot. I said, oh no.
Don't worry, that movie's gonna come out. It's gonna make a ton of money, right? And it's gonna go away. That's it. Like every other live action, it comes and goes. Like it's nothing.
I will say, I saw the second trailer with the ship where Eric falls into the water, and she sings the shit out that song, bro.
Oh, no doubt about
it. She sings the shit out that song. I felt it. I said, "Oh shit, yo!" She's singing the song.
I don't think out of all the whole conversation, the whole entire discourse was happening. No one has ever mentioned about her not singing correctly. Like it's not even like a question. Like she got some pipes.
That's the only thing I'm really giving her props for.
Bro, when she's on that rock saying, part of, I was like, yeah, girl, be part of that world, yo.
I did the trailer reaction. That shit gave me goosebumps, bro. I'm like, nah, she is killing this shit.
I said, holy shit, yo, what? She singing the shit out this song, though, yo.
Go ahead, girl.
I'm gonna need Disney to release her version of the part of the world, so I can put that on my Spotify, yo.
It might be out, right? When the movie comes out this month?
Could be. Sure. They're probably gonna release it the same month it comes out.
Yeah, if it's coming out this month, it should be up. Disney.
But yeah, my week is crap. We just talking shit now. How's your week, Fresh Prince? we just talking shit now. So
it is what it is, man. I mean, we probably gonna go left again when we get into my week.
Oh yeah, we gonna talk about some shit, man. The Rock, all that kind of shit. But yeah, go with your week, bro.
My week was kind of crazy. I don't really want to go into the shit. I don't know. It's like I kind of don't want to go into it, but at the same time, I feel you, but at the same time, it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like that's the reason why we on here, right? Because even though we talk about all these movies and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like at the point we got to talk about real life sometimes, right? So it's like. This week, so my son had a crazy situation, and I don't know, he might be upset, might not, I don't know, but at the end of the day, it was a situation. Now, we all know my son is not a bad kid, right? But as far as us as melanated individuals, it's like, this is why I kind of want to tell a story, because it's like, we have to really protect our kids and like make sure that we are being very responsible as parents and instilling proper morals and values. And just the idea of being mindful in life, in situations, and wherever you are, whether you're having fun or it's a tense situation, regardless, you need to be mindful of things that go on, because we've all been in a lot of situations, or have heard of a lot of situations where just like that, like it's the situation is terrible, or can't turn it back, or somebody's gone, God forbid, right? So just prefacing it with that, and I don't want to take too long. I'm not going to go into it and drown everything down, but at the same time, it's like, if you go online, we know how the old cap guns used to be, right? Like the little orange joints with the orange little pop joints that they used to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a toy. It's not a BB gun. It doesn't look real. It's none of that, right?
I really feel like
Go ahead.
I kind of know where this is going, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like, of course, like one of his friends got it. And of course, again, my son is not a bad kid. And it's like, you have to come down on him when things happen. But at the same time, even if he watches this back, listen, I got your back, because at the same time, you really didn't do anything wrong. But I have to be on top of you and make sure that you're always thinking things through to its logical conclusion, because anything can happen. So the whole point is that they were in gym. The kid left the joint. He puts it in his bag. He was trying to call the kid, trying to text him. The kid wasn't answering, so he just put it in his bag, like, yo, I'll give it to him, and later on in the day or whatever. So later on in the day, the kid's still not answering. He gives he sees one of the other kids' friends that has class with him. So he's like, yo, give this to him since I got class next period or whatever.
Not in school.
Huh?
Don't tell me you passed it off in school. Oh no.
So now, and this is the thing, it's like, even if you do that, I wouldn't have been mad, but again, like, you doing dumb shit, right? So now it's like, you take it out your bag, and while a kid puts his bag down, unzipping it to open it up so you can put it in there, you over here like this, like you Dirty Harry and doing all this John Wick type. You out here. All of that is unnecessary, bro. And they got you on camera doing that. And if you wasn't on camera doing that, you wouldn't have got caught. Long story short, so they put the thing away in the kid's bag. So it's not even out no more. But then the other kid's friend, not even my son's friend, another kid, the kid, one of the kid's friends comes and is like, oh, he got a gun. So of course you're doing dumb shit. So now security locks you down. They call the cops. Cops come through, and situation gets taken care of from there. But it's like, the kid got suspended, wasn't too long, but went back to school. But my whole point is like, for one, making sure you're on top of your schoolwork, because in situations like that, something go down, it wasn't in your possession. And if he wasn't doing all that dumb shit on camera, they would have been like, oh, that kid's a good kid. He's like, no, I mean, that's not him. Like, send him away. You got the possibilities of getting away and getting out of situations like that if you have a previous not record, but people know you for being this type of person, and that's not what you have been doing so far. So that's already one strike on you. Second strike is you're playing around. Now you caught on camera. So even if nothing else happened, they go back, they look at the camera, now they see you with it. So even if it's not yours, whatever the case is, it's like all of these situations, every domino, you made the wrong decision. Yeah. So yeah, it's, of course I had to be hard on him with that. And he's a good kid at the end of the day, but that's the worst thing about it, is that he's a good kid, and then it's like, just these situations happen. So again, with your kids, be mindful.
Naivety was involved in this one, because they know it's a toy and it's not a real one, so it's like,
exactly, and it obviously looks like a toy, right?
But the fact that now that all these school shootings and shit's going on, you're not even take no chances. Even if it does look like a toy, you're not gonna take no chances with that shit. They're gonna like what you said, lock shit down, and then fucking call the cops and let them figure out if it's real or not.
I had a similar situation like that with Trav. Like he took one of those like a cap gun, but like it's like you said, it looks like a toy. It's like all orange, looks like some like Dirty Harry shit. It looks plasticky. But he took it to school, and then when I found out, he came home and I looked in his book bag, I saw the thing. I'm like, bro, you didn't take it to school, right? He goes, yeah. I was like, what he was doing with this? She's like, yeah, I was in the. I was like, dude, I'm like, what are you like? I looked at him like, yo, like, you can't do shit like that. Like, you seen the news, you seen all these school shootings. Like, even if this is fake, you don't know who's telling on you. Like, they're not telling the whole story. Like, oh, Travis got a gun. He's not like, like, this is New York City, dude, and cops. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying they all cops are trigger happy, but like yo, bro, like they hear a threat, like they don't want to be first in line to eliminate that threat so they can get that medal.
You know, I will praise NYPD a little bit. They're not as trigger happy as other state cops. Like other state cops, they'll shoot before and ask some questions later. But like, NYPD, I think, has a little more restraint when it comes to shooting and stuff. A little more restraint.
I mean,
more.
That's true. That's 200%. But I don't think New York has ever like gone through some crazy shit like that, like school shootings, because we have like gun laws are crazy.
Yeah, that don't really happen out here. Yeah.
And like, you know,
metal detectors and airport type shit everywhere.
The most shooting at school has always been like probably one kid, and that's over some beef. Not no, I'm coming to shoot
something else. Yeah.
But like, I was telling him like, listen, you take this to school. Like, there's ramifications that come along with getting caught with this shit. It's not just school shit. Like now, now you know, CPS is gonna be involved. They're gonna come to your house. Like, what's going on? Like, it's a whole thing. And I'm not gonna try to scare you, man, but like, you can lose your home. Like, you can be removed out of this house because we had to plead our case. Like, with good parents. Like, there's a whole thing, and you gotta make wiser decisions. And I think, you know, us growing up, like, we kind of like our parents let us kind of go out there in the world and learn these things ourselves, right? And we kind of shield our kids from the bullshit, but at the same time, we kind of like hurting them from learning the stuff that we learned outside in the street. So like the little bit of common sense, I'm like, yo, you don't understand that, you don't like it's common sense. He's like, nah, I don't get it. I'm like,
yeah, they're oblivious now, man. They are really
super oblivious. And but I appreciate that to an extent because it keeps that kidness in them,
the innocence,
right?
Yeah.
And I love that because I don't want him to be like, you know, 11 years old. I'm trying to be an adult, right? I want to be a guy. I want to be out with the big dude. I'm like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want that for him. But at the same time, like, he's not learning a lot of the stuff. Like, you know, 11 years old, I was on the park making friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, even though my parents looked outside and made sure where I was at, like, they're not like, you can't go anywhere. Like, it was very strict for me, but I don't let Travis do that shit because you know, the neighborhood is not like how it was. Like back in the day, like dudes that used to hustle on the block, you know, they some of them were pieces of shit, right? They fucked up the community, but at the same time, like when kids were around and some bullshit happened, it was about to happen. They'll make sure the kids are good. But now these dudes out here that's you know, selling crack, whatever it is, they kids as well, and they don't got no OGs, and they just doing shit like they don't give a fuck. They'll start shooting when kids are around. So it's not the same. So I do appreciate the pushers around my block. You know what I mean? Because they kept us out of harm's way, even though a lot of the times it was brought because of them. But at the same time, like they made sure like no kids under their watch. Like yo,
like shit going down, go inside. Yep.
Yeah,
I told you twice. Shit going down, go inside. Yep. Okay.
Or even if they know you a good kid, like yo, get from over here, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Just on some regular shit. Even if shit not going down, like, nah, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, it was different.
It's just a couple of things. My son is super smart. Like, I know that he'll get it eventually, but there's certain things I wish, you know, there's gonna be times where he's gonna go to high school, and then I'm not gonna be there for him or his mom. And not be able to kind of help him with those little things that we learned outside. But, you know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, you know, but at the end of the day, like you guys brought up, I do give NYPD their props and credibility in this situation because, again, it wasn't nothing crazy, nothing happened. They came in, they talked to them. Of course, my son was like, he took it serious, but then they had a couple other kids laughing about the shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was funny. So, of course, they separated them and all that. So, again, I see in certain situations, my son is not that type of kid, you know what I'm saying? And he's not looking for trouble. He's not trying to, but at the same time, it's like, I told him, listen, I'll baby you all the time when you hit. Like, it ain't nothing. But at the same time, when it comes to situations like this and you growing up and being responsible and being a man, like, no, I'm going to be hard on you all the time because if I'm not, you're going to run into the wrong situation that I could have prevented. So at the end of the day, I'm going to keep being me. until you learn. But other than that, it still don't mean I don't love you. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta be hard because I've been through a lot of this shit, and I don't want you going through it. So yeah,
100%.
it's a journey.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Again, not to bring it down, but you know,
Nah,
again, like
don't bring it down.
community as well, though.
This is
I
Untitled.
appreciate community.
This is Untitled Live, man. At the very beginning, I gave it this a disclaimer at the beginning of the show. We talk about everything here. So,
Everything. And
parenting shit, all that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me throw some gems.
And as a black man in America, melanated minority, whatever you want to call us, because all of us are included. Like the one thing I want to also say on to that is like I appreciate the men or the people that I have in my circle or in my family, period. Like my father speaking to him, like my cousin speaking to him, like my boy that's in Ohio, one of my best friends speaking to him. So like that's another good thing, is to have positive male role models in your kids' lives as well, and that goes a long way as well, because even if they're not listening or they're not getting it, like you said, you have other people repeating the same things to them, you know what I'm saying, whether it be in different ways or not, so they understand that like you're not just coming from one direction, that this is something that they should be learning, and it validates it because it's coming from multiple individuals, especially as a young black man or young minority male. I think it's good to have those role models in your life. So even you two guys on here, you know what I'm saying, like the way he talks about y'all when I'm not even on here. So every one of you guys has a position or a place in his heart, or something that he looks up to, or that he's inspired by in you guys. So for everyone that I mentioned and other people that I haven't, like, I appreciate y'all for that, and I thank y'all. Just gotta say that. Make sure I say that.
Yeah, man,
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too, bro.
Yes, sir. You definitely bring a different flair to the podcast, man. We needed somebody a little more, you know. I know a lot of us, we talk a lot of shit, but we needed somebody that you knew your shit. The moment you started talking about like those Greek gods and Egyptian gods, and you went in, I was like, oh, this motherfucker knows everything.
I talk about Greek gods all the time.
Yeah, that's one thing me and Red do have in common. We love talking.
I was like, yeah, this motherfucker was talking about that. Like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Because you know we had our you know, our guru, a comic book guru. So it's always good to have somebody to help out. You know, fill the little void that we needed. Bro, so man, shit dropped. Not a lot of shit dropped, but as far as like a lot of bullshit. So like Red threw out in the group chat. Listen, for those that's watching us on demand, I am launching a Discord channel. Our Discord channel is gonna have categories for everything. So like if you guys want to talk about just wrestling, there's a channel within the channel strictly about wrestling. You don't have to worry about being bothered by the other threads. You can mute everything else.
Dope.
Just worry about wrestling, audio, wrestling, Yu-Gi-Oh, everything you want has a separate category, and we could try to like transfer a lot of the Facebook group over to Discord. So it's you get a lot more kind of like insight and all that kind of good shit and engagement.
It's like definitely bricked in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, nah. So I saw that it's very like I've been working on it for like a good week. It looks good. Hopefully it translates well, because the way I see it, you know, I'm like, this looks good, but like the moment more than 50 people, you know, join up, then it's like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work out, but let's see. It's a trial and error, so we're gonna definitely do that. Because also it will help us out in getting like guest hosts, right? So if I want to get a guest, right, all you have to do is drop into the Discord, go into the mic settings, and I could just plug you into the StreamYards, and then you in our stream without going through the whole hassle and shit like that. So
that's tight. Yeah, that's tight.
So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. So yeah. So we had so the Writers Guild of America has striked, and everything that's in production that requires a writer is now halted. Delayed. So the last strike that happened was in 2008, and you know how that shit went. Michael Bay was forced to write Revenge of the Fallen.
God.
And
destroyed it for the rest of us.
You know, a lot of people didn't mind that movie.
I didn't mind it.
But that was the second one. Yeah, I didn't mind it that bad.
For him writing it, for him writing it, it's not too bad. But like that's what kind of propels, because
You can see.
these studios need to have these movies come out. So the moment you lose your writers and shit, that's gonna be crazy. So a lot of shit that is supposed to be coming out for the next year or two, that's all gonna be delayed. You're not gonna see any of that shit, and it sucks. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like they want equal pay. But also, what I'm thinking is because they're really afraid about this whole AI shit, and I guess they're trying to create like parameters where AI is not gonna be taking their job exclusively. Because now you can, if you give AI a whole bunch of bullet points of what your story wants, like you want your story to be, you could press enter and it'll give you.
I'm not gonna hold you. I think pretty soon the government is gonna pass a law against it because it's doing too much shit. Like right now, you could write like you said with the writing and stuff like that's that. Then on the art side, I follow artists and stuff. It's stealing. People are stealing jobs from artists right now. They're using AI stuff to like say, "Oh, I want this and that," and they're making like stickers and like little posters and they're selling it like they're the one that drew it, and then they didn't draw it at all. The AI just created it for them.
Right.
So, and it's stealing money from the artist that actually goes out there and put the label to draw stuff to and present it to you as stickers or books or coffee mugs or whatever like that. The artist that's doing that stuff, this AI is over here stealing that job from them, and it's crazy. It's insane. Like pretty soon, and then we got, like you said, the music thing where people now got Notorious B.I.G. voice on like a Nas beat or
crazy.
It's crazy, bro. Like, yo, there's gonna be a law passed against that shit soon. I'm telling you, man. They're gonna squash that shit.
They're definitely gonna do some shit because
there's too many industries.
You can that shit could start wars, to be honest.
Yeah, it's affecting too many industries. Yo, it could sound like you. It could make you sound like you said something that you never said. And then somebody could run with it. Like now, people who don't know the better could run with it and say, "Oh, but I heard Red. Yo, Red said this, man. Yo, he definitely said that shit."
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. I can see that happening. like with plagiarism and all that shit, like with the artists and voice AI doing the music, but like making movies and shit, man, that's gonna be crazy. You could, there's motherfuckers that take 2-3 years. Look at fucking the writer for Game of Thrones, right? It's still taking them 10 years to write a new book, and this AI shit could do this shit in minutes.
He's taking his sweet time though, because every time they try to rush him, he takes even longer. Until the point people say, "Yo, stop talking to him. Yo, just let him write." Every time they try to go to George R. R. Martin, "Yo, where the book coming out?" He'll be like, "Oh, I don't know," and then he'll take his sweet time to do other things.
The AI shit is crazy, man. Like, like you get it. There's ways you get it for free. Fresh Prince talked about it last week. We're using Bing. You can also use it for free in Opera. You don't have to worry about credits and all that kind of shit. But like, bro, it's scary. And I can imagine a writer where like these guys don't get paid that much money. Like, unless you're working for Marvel and you're not making that much money, right? You either selling your story to a company, and then that's it. You're not gonna get no royalties out of this shit. You're just gonna get credit. So I can imagine like they're like, "Yo, I don't want to lose my job to an AI," but think about it. Us people that's living at the bottom has been worrying about AI for years now, bro. Like, cash registers, cashiers losing their jobs. The fucking the people that ran the toll bridges, they're not there anymore. There's no people on those bridges anymore. We've been worried about AI for mad long. It's just now the
affecting y'all now.
Now it's like, oh, like you know what I mean? Like you got a spot, you got a Best Buy, I think downtown that it's all machines. You order your shit, and it's like a whole big shit. I forgot what store that shit has it.
Probably no.
Like, yo, we've been worried about that AI shit for mad long. Like, this is not new for us. I mean, this is like Skynet type of AI. You know what I mean? Like, this is you got robots walking down the street, delivering food. Like you got the robot cops, the bomb cops.
That shit really happened, bro. Terminator could really
Them
happen.
dogs.
Them
Hell
dogs,
yeah.
The what do you call them? Who makes those dogs? Boston Dynamic. They donated mad of those fucking robot dogs to the police.
To NYPD, right?
Yeah, I seen one of those shits in person, and it's weird to like look at.
Yeah,
the focus and like that looks. It looks unreal. Like it looks fake in front of you, but like no, it's crazy. And it's super like you try to push them over, they're like that shit's wild. And you got those motherfuckers delivering fucking. Then you got drones, fucking Amazon drone, like, bro. It's
too much.
It's happening. It's happening.
It's not like people can't tap into these shits. Like
I'm not.
This one I don't understand.
I'm not sure how long the 2008 strike went for. I think it went for a minute, like maybe like a month or two. So who knows what's gonna happen now? So like, I know the folks at Marvel like, oh my god, more delays. James Gunn is put in a weird position because he is now like the CEO of DC, right? And those are kind of like different from like the writers, right? But at the same time, he's writing. And so like he's like caught in a position where like, should I continue writing or should I just stand with the writers?
I mean, to me, I tend to find him more to be a director than a writer. Even though I know he writes, I find him to be more a director than a writer. So if Michael Bay write his during the strike, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he's writing his shit. He's not saying nothing. Or like no, I think he did say that the script was already done. But like when shit goes into production, like things change, and I guess like that part of like the script doesn't change until like the whole strike shit becomes like squared off. But like so we losing like a lot of shit's not dropping, man. A lot of shit that's in production is not moving forward. So I mean, hopefully those people get their money, man. I'm not the type to be like, yo, they don't deserve it. If these writers, man, they're the reason why we get these stories. This is why we come to the movie theaters and fall in love with these worlds and everything else. Like, get their money, man. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, man. I don't know.
Fake news. I'm calling cap.
Yo, you said fake news? Who was the one that posted it?
No, I'm saying the situation that he's in.
Oh yeah,
calling cap on that.
Oh yeah.
What is the situation?
So the situation is that he was named in a kidnapping like a while ago. Like this was like in his WWE days. He was named, but no one's like he's not. No
saying that. So Shorty's saying that he kidnapped her and her kids. That's what I'm saying. And him and a group of other people kidnapped her and her kids.
That's what I'm saying. Like I read that shit and I was so confused, bro. I'm like, what are they talking? Like they got Home Depot and like, yo, bro, there's mad people listed on this shit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't know. That just sounds so confusing to me.
Check out her mind, but Disney, they're hyperactive. So they see lawsuit. What's going on? Oh, Brock is off the projects.
to be honest, bro, like they didn't even do that shit with Jonathan Majors, right? And that shit was more like recent. But like, unless they know something that we don't know, and they pull the trigger
they
that
didn't
quick,
want to work with him in the first place.
They just didn't want to work with him. Like, yo, this is an easy way to get him out because, like, yo, he's going in with this whole Moana shit. He wanted to take over Pirates of the Caribbean as well. They're like, nah, bro. Let's just use that as a segue to be like,
bro, your ass is too broad to be a pirate. Yo, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, I love The Rock. Don't get me wrong, man. I love The Rock as an actor, as a wrestler. But come on, not everything's for you, bro. Like your ass is way too big to be a pirate, yo. Like,
but yo, there's a culture in what he does when he goes into these projects. Like he wanted to take over the Mummy the franchise. That shit turned to shit, right? That didn't work out for him, right? Then he Then he goes into the Fast and the Furious, try to do the same exact shit. That didn't work out. Then he goes into fucking DC and like, yo, this is a new hierarchy. James Gunn didn't like that shit. He's like, this shit better make money. Because the shit don't make money. Your ass ain't coming back. And we're gonna fire your Superman. And now, like, with the show with Disney, Disney doesn't like that shit. Like, it's either their way or the highway. They never want to negotiate as far as like creative shit. Like, they didn't do it with Edward Norton, right? Edward Norton wanted to do his own Hulk movie, and they're like, nah. It's like, I ain't coming back. All right, cool. We get somebody else.
Later.
They don't want to do that shit.
I understood with the Moana movie why they were going to keep him in, because, you know, he voices Maui, and Maui's going to be like some big brolic demigod, so you might as well have the person who voiced him play him, you know, man, whatever. But
we got AI now.
But he does this shit all the time, right? He did it right. He did like the what do you call that shit? The DC fandom, right? Like through 2 to 3 years before Black Adam, he came in. It was like green screen, like I'm Black Adam and I'm a change, whatever. Like he does these announcements, like he did with Moana, like super early in development, and he's like, yeah, this is what's happening. Like, just let it happen. You don't have to do this whole like. People are gonna spend money. Like, it's Disney, dude. Like, Disney does well of catering to kids.
You gotta understand, man. He's a wrestler. They're all about showmen. They just show showmanship.
Yeah,
that's why he's doing all that stuff, yo.
They're
all about their big announcements and stuff. So,
but at the same time, that shit bites him in the ass every single time. I feel like it has not worked out for him. He just can't. He's trying to like, instead of making his own franchise, his own fresh franchise, he try to like take what's already pre-existing and then franchising it again.
It's making them money though. Even if you say it's not working, or we say it's not working compared to our parameters that we're looking at, for him, he's been making bread. Like, so
he's
it's like,
bread.
But
at the same time, like,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The way he looking at it.
but at the same time, like, yeah, he's making the bread, but like, with like, at what cost? Like, how many bridges is he burning with these studios that don't want to work with him anymore? Like, he's gonna burn everything until there's nothing. That's why he has his own production company, because now he can take his own scripts and build off his own shit. But at the same time, he's like, we try to hijack something that's already been established. You're gonna step on some toes. You're gonna step on some toes, and people are not gonna like that shit. Like, same thing with Vin Diesel, right? At one point, I was like, I thought Vin Diesel was the diva. But like, when they come, like, well, the story's coming out, I was like, oh shit, it was really The Rock doing all that shit. Like, he fucking gaslight the shit out of me. But
I mean, it was both of them, to be honest, yo.
I was gonna say that too. They were both dipped after the first week.
They were both doing petty shit to each other. So it was, that feud was both of them.
I get that, but like, just like hypothetical, like, Red, you have like your own franchise. Like, you are Vin Diesel. You started this shit since the beginning. You have skin in the game. You're a production. You're a producer. You're not even a producer. You're an executive producer. That means you are the person they go to if they want to make any changes. You're the person that calls the shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have another person that comes in, right, and taking meetings behind your back about your franchise and doing other shit with your franchise. Like, I could imagine, like, the Vin Diesel gonna be like, yo, what you doing, bro? Like, fuck out of here. Like, this is my shit. And I can imagine how that feud will happen, because you're trying to take something that's already established and try to like undercut the executive producer and like do your own shit, and then you don't get your way. Yeah. Then there's a problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even though The Rock said he's willing to come back, he's like, hey, there's unfinished business.
Yeah, because they ain't making no more Hobbs and Shaw, so of course he won't come back.
and Jason Statham was like, I'm coming back. Like, I'm back.
Word.
Like,
I'm here. I'm here.
Jason Statham, my
mama here, my brother here.
He's like, whatever role y'all want me to do, I'm doing it. I don't give a shit.
And think about it. When Michelle Rodriguez don't take shit from nobody. We know this from back in the days. Like she's very outspoken, right? If it was something that Vin Diesel was like doing that was like causing harm to like the production because he's a prima donna, like she will call that shit out. She'd be the first. And you know what I mean? There's not a lot of people that's talking out against Vin Diesel, right? Like, trust me, Ludacris would have said some shit. Tyrese would have been said some shit. He would have been crying on Instagram about some shit.
You know, at the same time, okay, it's like, okay, I'm just playing devil advocate here, right?
That's what we do here.
We know how we work together. We know how each other vibe and stuff like that. But let's say like Fresh Prince, right? He's new here. He likes things to be like a timely matter done a certain way, you know, because that's the way he used to do it with other projects he's been on before he got to hanging out with us. So he comes here with us, and we're saying we're gonna start at like 9:30, but we're showing up like 10 o'clock, like 10 o'clock. 10:30, like
bro, I got a schedule, bro. Like,
yeah, he's like
right
basically
now,
that's what he's like, yo, you know, hey, you say we're gonna show up this time, you know, I got other projects going on that I gotta show up for, so I need everybody to be timely. And you're voicing this to them, and they're still doing the shit that they want to do. They're like, hey, this is how it goes down here. This is how we do. So I mean, in that aspect, I can see why he was upset at the same time too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was both sides. It wasn't just one person singular thing. It was both ways with the shit. It just was like oil and water. It wasn't mixing.
Yeah. Well, he's coming back. So
it was coming back.
I guess it was not that crazy. He's like, you know, I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down. And that's it.
Nigga, that shit's at 10. And then what was he say he's doing 2 more and that's it?
Well, 10 is a 2-parter. And that's it. So this one comes out and then the second part comes out right after that, and that's it. So Fast 11 is the last one. Well, this is gonna be Fast 10 Part 2. I don't think it's gonna be called Fast 11.
Yeah.
So, right. You're gonna do a 2-part. I think you should have put a number on it. You should have called it something. Like Fast and Furious, the final ride or some shit, part 1 or
last ride.
Like, yeah, something like that. Like don't put a number on this one.
I don't think anything came out officially as far as the title. I'm sure they're gonna think of something like. To me, the best one was Fast 5. That was the best. Like
them niggas was lazy. They just started putting numbers on the shit. This is Fast. It was Fast X. This one just says Fast X. They just got lazy, bro. They said, "Yeah, we're just gonna put numbers on this shit." They will keep coming up with different. And after it was like Fast and Furious. Then it was Too Fast, Too Furious. Then it was Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift. And then they came back and said Fast and Furious, because the first movie was The Fast and the Furious. And the fourth one, they just took the out and just made Fast and Furious. Then the fifth one, it said Fast
5.
Fast 6. Fast 6, Fast 7, and then for 8, they just said Furious 8.
Yeah, word, look, bro. Like,
we take out the Fast, put Furious 8.
Damn, put high octane or some shit. Damn, some nigga get creative. This is what y'all get paid for, bro.
They got lazy with the names. They said we're gonna get lazy.
To be honest, bro, they need to bring everybody. They need to bring everybody back. Like if the next last one, if the 11, whatever happens, you better bring Ja Rule back. You better bring Ja Rule back.
Hector.
Bring Hector back. Hector came back for like the like 2 movies ago, right? When they started bringing back Michelle Rodriguez back to California, right? She had like she still didn't remember shit, and she punched him, I think.
Oh yeah. It was real quick.
It was like a little quick cameo. Like
you want to bring villains back? Bring back Luke Evans?
Yeah, they brought him back. He's in this one, right? Is he still in it?
No, he only helped say when he saved Dom's son from the.
Only that one. Oh, okay.
He just
bring Ja Rule back.
Him too.
We're gonna bring the sister back too. Shaw's sister.
Back. Bring the Jin. Bring Jin back.
Yeah, there we go, Jin. That's what I was thinking of. Bring Jin back. Word.
The Asian chick. Bring the Asian chick that was in
Suki.
Suki. I just found out that's Steve Aoki's sister.
That
The DJ, the
oh
Aoki, what's her name?
shit!
That's his sister. The father is the
Is the owner
founder
of Benihana's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember Tego Calderon?
Word,
I'm
word,
mad at
and
that.
Don
I'm
Omar, man. Word, they should have
I'm
been
mad
in
at
this
that.
shit.
Don Omar, remember Don Omar?
When they went to DR, I'm like, yo, I thought it was gonna go and have either Don Omar be the dude that they brought Romeo Santos. I'm like, that should have been Tego or one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tego just came out a new album, bro. Fire. He's an old man too. Still,
right,
he's
I gotta
great.
check that.
Gray hairs, and
guy, though.
and you could tell like but he's rapping like he's like that old shit, like it, and the
Mm.
confident level is like, my man Tego's back.
Guy
man.
right there.
Oh, man, Clubs.
I know he still got the fro. Don't tell me he cut the fro.
He
Oh,
cut
man,
the dreads. He cut the dreads.
He
had
did.
the big dreads. He had the fro. Yo,
shit.
the video he just released, bro, is so fucking chill, bro. Like if you play that shit right now, you're like, yo, there's a whole vibe, bro.
Yeah,
a whole I missed it, yo.
I'm about to pull this up right now.
I like Tego's songs. It's always been like a smooth, chill song.
Yo, mad
Just
chill,
rapping
bro.
to the beat.
Mad chill, bro. Like it's a vibe. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's back.
Oh yeah, he got the fro back. Yeah, he do got wild. Good. Yeah, he's old, bro. Damn.
Bro, he's chilling, dude. My man,
Nah, my man out here playing golf with a bunch of joints.
Bro,
nah,
Tego
my man,
old,
chilling.
man.
Yo, when I
Yeah, go pull it up. My man chilling. That's exactly what I'm watching right now.
if I got grades in my beard, yo, Tego definitely got grades, yo.
Oh, my man chilling, my guy.
Oh shit! Holy crap, Tego.
Yo, that shit is fire, bro.
Nah,
Yo, that shit got
I'm
me bad
about
hype.
to download this. I'm about to
Yeah,
download
I'm
this.
like, yo, my man's back, bro. But yeah, like, bring him back. Bring him back.
Fact.
Who else? Shit, who else they should bring back? There's so many fucking characters, bro. There's a lot of. I mean, you gotta bring Gal.
Bring Bow Wow back. Bring Bow Wow back.
Bow Wow, he came back. He was back.
No, I'm saying, is he in this shit too?
I don't know if he's in this shit. He was in the last one.
Well, that's what I was saying. They should have everybody in these last couple of ones.
They
Then
should bring back the dude that he coded all that shit. You know, he got shot up. Bring him back. There was a whole reason why the white boy that he had like ADHD.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
bring the Asian dude that was like, somebody came to my home.
Yo,
that dude didn't die. The skinny dude didn't die.
They need to bring back the kid from.
No one dies in Fast and Furious.
They need to bring back the kid from Tokyo Drift, yo, the one that beat DK in the end.
Yeah, I mean he was back last one.
Nah, that's not the same kid. That's some other shit. I want this.
No, that was him, bro. The one that did the rocket. The one that did the rocket.
I know it was him, but I want the real kid. That goofy shit they brought him back as. I was like, nah, man, with the whole rocket shit.
I hear you.
That's not him. Bring back the fucking driver, yo.
You gotta understand, like they try to do like whole like revisiting, right? Without de-aging him, right? He 20 years, and they only supposed to be like a week. My man, he had the farmer's tan. Like he was like, no, this was crazy, bro. But you know what?
Like,
a lot of people like. I love Tokyo Drift. Was one of my favorite ones.
I like
when he showed up in Fast and Furious, and he was giving information to Dominic, right? Toretto. And he was more serious. And then, like, when he shows up again, when he's strapping a rocket to a freaking car so it can fly in space, he's more goofy in this shit. I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
I mean,
I don't know.
I guess you could look at it like it's one of those situations, right? Where like you an adult, right? Like you out, you chilling. It's whatever. Like I go, it's something important. I'm handling business. But then we on the podcast, we all goofy, we talking shit, we joking and whatever. I understand like it might be a huge departure, but I just kind of looked at it like that. When they all together, they all doing some wild shit. You know what I mean? I didn't look at it like
bro, he was
totally
a bum.
different.
We left you in Tokyo. We left you in Tokyo. You was the new DK. You was Drift King.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
You come back and see you in some scrapyard making rockets for cars and shit.
Like, damn, homie.
Yeah, I don't know how long
High school, you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you?
What happened to you? I forget what I'm saying right now, man.
How long can you hold that title of DK? Like, you know, the Drift
Yeah,
King?
right.
Well, how long DK held it? DK held it forever until this white boy came and took it.
It was like, yo, I won a school championship in fucking '96, and I'm like,
And
still
I'm holding
like,
that shit down to this day.
Yeah, like,
To this day.
The man had to grow up sometime, but at the same time, like, not that much time has passed in between Tokyo Drift and the new ones. Because
I'm just saying,
like, you know what I mean? The continuity is like further up in the
weird.
timeline versus what we actually got it.
I'm just saying, this nigga wasted Sonny Chiba's whole goddamn time. Sonny Chiba come see that final race.
Yeah, word, don't worry.
You don't keep your status, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny Chiba rolling his grave right now. Looking at this kid be a bum, man.
He was definitely the original Riz for that shorty. He
Facts.
Oh,
he risked it all for that shorty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That nigga almost went off a cliff, nigga.
No, they was drifting down a freaking mountain, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
that shit was wild.
I thought she was
Japanese. And you telling me you became a bum after this?
Yeah, you know she
playing
left
the
him.
scrapyards.
He said he's a bum. I wouldn't say
she
he's
left
a
him,
bum,
bro.
No, he was playing in the scrapyards, bro. He was a bum. I leave him too because he's a bum. You know why I leave him? He's a bum. That's why I leave him.
Yo, bad, bro.
No, she was, bro.
Yeah, she's Hispanic too, bro. She got me.
I believe it. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. I never thought. I dead ass never thought she was Asian unless she was mixed with white. Damn, I forgot.
That definitely was no Asian girl.
Nah, yeah, definitely not.
She probably was. She probably got a little Asian in her though.
Yeah, she might. I think she had a little bit of Filipino.
I'm about to look it up now. Let's see.
Something like that. But she's like, I think her parents are like Peru or some shit like that. It's like some central.
Natalie Kelly, definitely named. Yep, see, definitely not. Is a Peruvian-born Australian actress.
Ding ding.
Yep. Nah, she's bad though. Jesus.
Yeah.
DK Donkey Kong. Well, you know what DK stand for? Donkey Kong.
I ain't gonna lie, man. See, as a moviegoer back in the days, I like that joke landed for me. That was a knee slap for me. Like that shit happens now. Like, yo, that shit's trash. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate jokes now. I hate jokes.
Oh yeah, we noticed. We noticed.
I hate jokes now, bro.
Get that fun out of my movie.
Yo, when it's cringy, yo, it's hard for me to like snap out of that shit. Like, oh god, shut up. Because you know what? We've been watching movies. We've been watching movies for the last almost 40 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like
we pretty much have seen it all.
We heard it all, and it's like, oh, now we are dads now that are looking at our kids shit and like that's not funny. That it just you know what I mean? The shit that my son finds funny, I don't find it funny. But back in the days, I would be laughing hard.
And my kid, teenager, like, but if I say something like that, I'm a boomer though, right? Like, whatever, man. Like, it's funny to them, but we say it and we're whack.
Yeah,
kids are weird.
Speaking of that, I was at work, right, and I helped some young kid find something. And on the way out, he said, "Yo, thanks, old timer." No, he said OG.
Yo.
He said, thanks, OG. I said, "Oh fuck, OG."
No, OG's fine.
All right. No, all right. OG's cool. Old timer, god damn.
Yeah, I'm okay with OG.
No, it was OG. It was OG, not old timer.
Right, no, that's respect. That's respect.
But that's how I took OG as old timer. Like,
yeah, nah.
That's respect. OG is respectful.
He's respecting your age. But if you would have called you old timer, like you saying there, like, oh, we old timer, like,
yeah, it's like
I'm
you got a foot in the grave, cuz.
I don't know, but when I sat there, when I heard OG, I took a shot in the heart. Like, oh, I remember I said, damn, I'm already at 40, man. This is I'm
Until
there.
somebody says
Welcome.
until somebody says to you, Red, damn, you was born in the 19th century. That's what's gonna hit you, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That 1900 shit, that's the shit that hits hard, bro.
That's coming.
He's born in the 1900s.
That's coming real soon.
Yeah.
I give it about when I hit my 50, they're gonna be like, yo, you was born in the 1900s, yo. Like, God. Not even in the 2000s, the 1900s.
You 23 years into this new shit. So like these kids are like adults now. They're born 2000. They're adults.
Yeah, my son's 2007, 16.
Yeah, bro. Like we old compared to all this extra shit, dude. This shit's crazy. Oh, this.
Bro, we was there for everything, yo. We saw the caveman times to the current time, yo. We was there for everything.
Look what just dropped right now, bro.
Oh god. Let me see. They reboot on pause ahead of my god. Well, you know what? I don't even know why I'm reacting. I already knew this shit was gonna get hit.
Yeah, that shit is playing.
He wasn't
right
happy.
Now,
yeah. Oh,
when I go see that, when they actually finally make that movie, I'm going there expecting to see the worst piece of crap ever created. Yo, like that's gonna be my expectation.
That'll help me to like it probably because I'm going in there with nothing.
Or maybe like they take this time, right? Even though you're on strike, you can probably think of new ideas while you're not like in crunch time, having to fix a script, right? Now it may come to you like in a place where you're just not mentally stressed, right? And you may have some good ideas. Boom, better script.
I feel what you're saying.
Don't try to connect it to nothing.
But at the same time, yo, this is just a Vampire Slayer movie, bro. Like this is fantasy writing 101, bro. This is basic shit. This is not some shit that should be struggling with. His powers is not even that sophisticated. He's just a vampire that can walk in the daytime. That's it. It's like, yo, why are we struggling with a Blade movie?
What is the problem?
Yeah, word. It's like, yo,
and then you had meetings with the director. My fault, guy.
He's reading the fucking script. He's like, no, that's haram. I can't do that. That's haram. I can't do that either. You want me to bite someone's neck? That's definitely haram. I'm not doing that. How you a vampire not biting nobody in their neck? I ain't put my lips on no man.
At this point, they might as well just call Wesley back.
Actually, no white woman.
Oh, if it's a white woman, I ain't doing that shit.
Wesley, come back and take your role, Wesley. Come on, man.
Yo, you know what make me laugh, yo? If they were like, yo, just announced Dr. Umar has been cast for the next Blade movie. Like, yo, I would be in tears, bro.
I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
You're gonna have to leave those snow bunnies alone. Get yourself a black queen. Get yourself a black queen.
That's why the multiverse is in curtain on itself now. Fucking with them white women.
Bro, this is crazy, bro. Like, yo, this is like Fresh Prince said, it needs to be a self-contained story that doesn't have any connection, very loose connection, but self-contained. Just like how Guardians, self-contained, brought little things up, nuggets from the previous movies, but it was a self-contained story. Do that. Just do that. But hey, who we know? We just a couple of small YouTubers that you know
that waste our money on the shit we talking about.
Yeah, I thought about it off topic. I was gonna get the AMC pass. I'm like, which one does Red have? I know he said it a million times. Does he have the A-list or he has the premiere?
The A-list.
Yeah, the A-list.
The A-list, right?
A-list is the 3 movies a week. I was like, ooh, I could go to Bay Plaza. You know, two movies already paid for itself.
You watch one movie that already pays for itself.
That's true, because shit's like $26.
Yeah, one movie is like $26. Yeah, you go see it at night, it's like $30. So once you watch one movie, it pays for itself.
I was like, yo, I could just do this shit, man. This is gonna save me money.
Oh,
all right, cool. So now I know. Now I know it's English. I was really struggling. I was about to do the premiere. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do
No. Yeah, it's A-list.
Oh man. So what else, man? What else dropped before we get into this? I don't know. Has anybody seen Guardians?
I've seen Guardians. You know, Fresh Prince ain't see it.
All right, man, we're not gonna get into crazy like reviews on that. We're just gonna like initial thoughts.
Let's see.
Let me
You're gonna
see
see it
here.
on probably on the weekend when you wait for the sun.
Yeah.
So May the 4th, man. So happy belated to May the 4th. That was
Today is Revenge of the 5th.
Revenge of the 5th. It's funny because I was watching a little bit of Visions. Really good animation. I like it. I need to finish it. I want to finish the whole entire season. I was watching Tales of the Jedi with my kids, and that shit is cute. But
yeah, man.
He goes. So you're telling me all die, right?
What happened?
Tales of the Jedi, right? You have all these younglings learning the ways, right? And sometimes when he looks at me, he goes, "So we all die, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like he goes, "That's dark."
Oh
like,
man.
yeah, like that, you know, it's the sad reality, but like Order 66 happens.
No, like, it's not dark.
Some of them might be alive. Some of them might be alive.
I failed to mention, but yeah, Jedi Survivor finished that shit, and it explains a lot of shit that makes. I hope they did say that this is canon to the movies, right? Like,
yeah, it is.
Canon? James is canon. Yeah,
he's canon. Yeah.
So all right, so if it's canon, then it makes perfect sense on why we don't know, like the reason why they don't feel the Force as much as we like, you know, like, oh, this is the last Jedi. Like when Yoda said this is the last, like you're the last, it's because he didn't know about a certain thing that happened that the game shows. Like it's crazy. So like it ties in with Kenobi as far as the way path for like saving these survivors. It all connects to that. I don't want to like, you know, spoil it, but yeah, it's a nice connection. So I really hope they stick with that, because then you can explain why Cal is not around in the movies.
That's what's up.
But he can always show up. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Yeah, man. So he was like, yeah, this is dark. He's like, they all die. I'm like, yep.
No, Travis, it's not dark. It's dark.
But it's cool. But it's cool for him to like understand, right? Like he hasn't. It's been a minute since he watched Revenge of the Sith, so like he remembers, like, oh yeah, like he's like Anakin kills them all, right? He's like, yeah, Anakin kills them all. Oh, not Anakin. He just kills that. Yeah. Are you here to save us? This? Oh, you're like, there's a lot of them out here.
Master Skywalker, are you here to save us? The kid looks at the blade too, like.
But I think they using these shows though, like again, like it is cute, but I think they using these shows to try to create characters that they can possibly use, because for anybody that hasn't watched it, I'm not going into it too much, but like, yeah, they're sending little Padawans out to different Jedi temples all over the place for them to start learning. So it's like you just following this one group of kids. So to me, it seems like, you know, especially with the joke of Anakin killing everybody, it's like this is kind of a way to show like there are still other like Jedi out there possibly, because everybody couldn't have got taken down when you look at how they're doing things.
But if you remember, after he didn't get them all as younglings, but after when he became Vader, full Vader, he
started hunting them down.
Hunt down the rest of the Jedis and stuff like that.
Yeah, they found they had a is it the Horcrux or the
Holocron?
Holocron, yeah, where they show all the Force sensitive kids, and
yeah.
In this game, they find all the kind of like the Sith. This shit is crazy. Like Cal, like he. The rage gets to him, bro. There's a point in the game where he goes straight Sith, and that was like, and mind you, like,
no more spoilers. I'm about to play this shit this week.
Bro, like I hated the fact that I had to fight Vader, because I'm more of a like an Imperial guy, right?
Yeah,
I don't want
me
to fight
too.
Vader. Like I know Vader will wash anybody in this game, but it makes sense because if this game is tied to like Kenobi, there's a reason why he was like kind of like fumbling with a lot of people because he was still injured from the Kenobi fight. So it's good, man. But yo, man, so I love May the 4th, man, because there's so much shit that drops, bro. I was so mad, right? Because I'm a big like Kick, you know, the clothing brand, and they dropped some like Star Wars shit, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get one piece, meaning I'm gonna get one shirt. Yo, bro, I fucking dozed off. Woke up like 2 hours later, that shit was gone.
Oh,
They had some dope ass shit, bro. I'm like, they had a Palpatine shirt. It was like blue with the fucking the lightning and shit. I was like, I want that one shirt. Tight. Missed out on that shit. I was so mad. I normally get something for like whenever like this happens, like when they do like collabs. I'm big on the collabs, man. But I was so pissed with the not getting that one shirt, man. I was pissed, bro. When I try to look at the resale market, I'm like, I'm not paying that much money for a fucking shirt. Get alone, yo. The shirt itself was expensive, but I was not looking to spend extra money on a shirt. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I feel you.
Shit, me and I was already showing our Fresh Prince lightsabers, the deals I was fighting online and shit. Some lightsabers look fire too, bro. Like, yo.
Yeah, my son was next to me when you sent it. Yeah, he was on it. It's like, yo, can you give me this? I'm like, yeah. I mean, see, so that's what I'm talking about. Like little things that you don't really, not like that I don't really bring up too much. But it's like, yo, as soon as you sent that, like my son was in love with you, bro. Like, oh, he got lightsabers. I'm like, yeah. He said he want to start getting a battle saber so he can learn the fight forms. He's like, oh, I want to do the same thing. He's like, yo, tell him I'm gonna get some so we can try to battle the forms against each other. I'm like, all right, I'll tell him.
Bro, shit's good, man. I be watching sometimes on YouTube when I'm like really just in the chill mode on board. I put on lightsaber battles and shit. Watch the people having the lightsaber fight. Some of them make movies. Some of them make up their own Jedi, their own Sith names and stuff. And like,
those people doing the choreography be wilding, bro. Now them people is wild good.
This is crazy, man.
They had this one jacket. Oh, they had the
Palpatine shit was fire.
The Japanese shit.
Oh,
I needed that, yo.
Oh, that's tight.
I was pissed, bro. I was like, I couldn't manage to get one of these shirts, bro. Damn, bro. They walked out with the.
Imagine like you wearing that, like the Japanese on it says "Stupid American."
I wouldn't be surprised.
We think it says Star Wars or some shit.
Yeah, that's kind of tight too.
Yeah, they had this jacket that was mad expensive, bro. This shit was mad dope.
Nah, that Stormtrooper shit is lit though. You saw that Stormtrooper?
I was just about to say that. Yeah, doing all of them.
That shit is fire.
That shit is fire.
Yo, this shit.
That shit is tight.
That's just fire. That's just fire.
Yeah, they really did. You know, they do their thing when it comes down to collabs, bro. I mean, that shit's dope. I mean, that shit is nice too. But I don't really can't fuck with shit that says rebellion on it. I'm not a rebellion kid.
Yeah. Can you check that other one real quick?
Which one?
That one down. Yeah, right there in the corner where you was just over the dark one with Vader at the bottom. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, this is fire.
Oh, they got the Praetorians on it too.
That shit with Vader in the shadows. That shit's fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that one.
Yeah, missed out, man. Missed out. I was pissed. Yo, man, I was like, I couldn't get one shirt, bro. Like one shirt. Yo,
reminds me of Empire Strikes Back where the niggas is standing in the shadow waiting for Luke.
Yeah. That might have been it down there with the green. Or was that when he took the lightsaber from him?
You killed my father. I am your father.
No.
Nigga said, search your feet.
You know it to be true.
Oh, man. Fucking Ahsoka, man. I'm really like looking forward to Ahsoka because Ahsoka is gonna be 8 episodes and each episode is 60 minutes, bro. It's a fucking movie, bro.
For real?
60 minutes per episode. They confirmed it. 60 minutes.
I hope so.
And no, it's not hope so. It is. It says on the thing on the biller, 60 minutes per episode. And Dave Filoni directed and written.
I knew this show was going to be the one for me, bro. 60 minutes of straight Filoni. Nah, that shit is about to be fire, bro.
He's gonna no Andor dialogue though.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be dialogue.
I mean, I'm good with dialogue. I just don't want no Andor dialogue. Like,
nah, it's not gonna be like Andor. Nah, it's Filoni, bro. It ain't gonna be like Andor. This shit about to be pure sauce the whole time, lore the whole time.
That shit dropping like June.
That shit coming soon. Yeah, it should be coming soon. I don't want to say June because I don't want to jinx it. That's my birthday month. That'll get me extra hype if it is. Nah, that's not affected by it. Filoni ain't got to worry about that.
Be surprised. They didn't do some reshoots. They can't. Let me see release date.
I mean, Ahsoka's his character. He ain't lending that off to nobody else to write for.
August. It was close.
Yeah, okay.
August. There's no date, but it's in August.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that.
We need some content, man. We need some Star Wars content.
Well, that shit on Star Wars content on Disney Plus, man. I'm trying to finish Clone Wars.
Well, back to that. Well, real quick for the Tales of the Jedi that you was talking about, Fresh. Like, shout out to the little black girl with the Bantu knots, though. Like, they out here, bro. Like, that shit is for the culture, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The main first little black kid they got, and then they got another little girl with Bantu braids in there. I mean, Bantu knots in her hair. I'm like, nah, this is fire. But yeah, that's for the culture. For the culture, I appreciate that.
You know, someone's hating on that shit.
Of course, but I don't care. Shout out to that. Shout out to that. So what? Oh, we got one. It's woke now. It's 1,000 white people in the Jedi Order, bro. What are you talking about?
Word. I'm gonna need my homie Mace to come back, bro. That's only gonna get me out. That's gonna be the only thing that's gonna get me out of my seat. If Mace comes back,
I want him to.
Yep.
I wish you would.
Man, shit, man. You see
Visions. How much of Visions did you watch?
Like 1.5 episodes, but I gotta rewatch it because I was watching it today and I was like in the midst of doing other shit, so I didn't really watch it. And I gotta sit down and watch it because I wouldn't be able to tell you like what I saw because they short.
Right. Now I kind of did the same thing. I kind of know what they were about. I watched like 3 episodes, so I kind of know what they're about. But again, like I didn't really sit down and give it my full attention. I was doing other things too, like so. But the first one though, that Sith episode, like that shit was fire. That was a dope episode. And it seems like they might be going down the path of the dark side for this season.
Yeah. To be honest, man, if you want to redeem Luke, oh shit, did I fucking just I should just fucking die, bro. What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck just happened, bro?
Ghost just came in and wilded it.
Damn, what the fuck?
Fuck your camera, Nick.
Nah, because I had this like battery pack on the shit, so the gimbal was like, "What the fuck is this? It's extra weight." If you want to redeem Luke Skywalker from like all the shit that happened with like the Last Jedi, bring him back when he was like, you know, like during the Temple time. No, like because he was like still old, right? You could still play him off like he doesn't. You don't have to de-age him or nothing. You can just give him a little bit.
You're talking about actual Mark Hamill. You're talking about
like Mark Hamill. Bring him back.
Okay.
And let him like, you know, like he's training all these different Jedi and shit like that. And, like having a young Ben Solo, like bring him back for that and like adventures that happen in that time.
Yeah.
Because people want to see like him to come back, but they don't want to see like the shit that we got with Last Jedi.
Right.
Like, we want to see Mark Hamill himself to be like redeemed. Like,
Facts.
show us some shit, like, you know, fights with some like.
Show Grogu bringing in some force sensitives to Luke. Like, yo, hey, I found some kids out here. Like, bringing them to the temple.
Or like showing a badass fucking Ben Solo, like him being like the top tier of his of the like he was like the prominent one, right? And having him going on those little adventures with
Luke,
kids,
yeah,
or the kids,
dope.
right? That happen to be the fucking
the Knights of Ren.
Knights of Ren. Like you meet the characters, the kids, right?
Right.
And that's how they form this kind of like group.
Yeah,
That should be fucking dope, bro.
It would.
And
But you would have to me, you would have to get somebody like Filoni to do that though, for that to be successful. Successful
like
for
Filoni,
us.
man.
I'm not talking about money wise.
I like Filoni, but I hope that we don't put too much stock in Filoni. Because
Nah,
if Ahsoka doesn't do well, then you can't be like, oh, it's Filoni. You know what I mean?
I don't
like,
see,
is
but that's the
Filoni
thing.
baloney?
I might still give him again. It depends on what happens, right? But if it's just people just complaining about certain shit, then I can give him a pass because again, we got to look. This is the first time this dude is doing a live action series on his own, and they already greenlit him a movie to do. So it's like I think they see some potential in him. I don't think it's just like hot air, but again, we don't know. But again, I don't think I'm putting too much faith in him because I already seen what we got from the entirety of Clone Wars and Rebels. So to me, as far as like I'm saying, my point is based off of the fact of lore and information. Whether certain things hit to people or not, that's subjective. But if you have him running everything, to me, that's the best thing you could have other than George Lucas continuing on this series by itself.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. I don't know, man. I always thought like that would be a nice kind of avenue to explore. You can have like an actor like Finn Wolfgar, whatever his name is from Stranger Things, play a young fucking Ben. Wolfhard, yeah. To play a young Ben, right? And like kind of like going through his struggles and shit, like learning and hearing like these voices, right? Like fucking voices and shit. Like or him always asking questions to Luke, like, how was Grandpa? Like, you know, like shit like that, like shit that we want to know.
And
like,
nobody wanting to answer him and keeping that shit a secret from him and all that, and he hearing these voices.
Like I'm hearing these voices.
Yeah,
and shit,
that'll
like,
be crazy. Yeah,
that'd be crazy. And him, and then bringing a little more kind of like, you know, giving this character more of a dynamic. Right now, you can watch the new trilogy. Like, oh yeah, I know the shit that he was going through.
Right.
Like you're just not throwing this character like, oh, this is Vader's grandson. Here, you need to love him.
Yeah.
My man, lean back.
Uh.
Let me see here, man. Let me see here. So we don't want to get into too crazy as far as like spoilers when it comes down to like Guardians. But let's do a quick review. So, Guardians dropped this weekend. Well, today, yesterday, for early advanced screenings and shit like that. When people said that this was like the best Guardians movie, and the
So I
best,
could get your actual answer now to last week's question.
What was that again?
I was asking because we hadn't seen the movie, right? So I was basically asking you guys when we got into the cereal dust segment, and I was basically asking you guys if because of everybody's or based off everybody's reactions, do we think that this movie is a return to form as far as Marvel greatness, or was it just the best thing that we've seen so far from like phase 4, or I guess now we're in phase 5?
Yeah, so I remember that. This here, I would say is the best thing that we got since Endgame.
Okay.
Right? As far as the MCU feel, like does this feel like what we used to, like the MCU, like how we kind of like The reason why we fell in love with this whole genre. Yes. 100%.
Okay.
This movie, the heart, the action, the emotion, that shit plays with every string in your body, bro. I would say people are like kind of like gauging it, like if it's the best Guardians movie. I would need to watch it again, but it's up there, easy. Because, dude, it's and there's a reason why they brought James Gunn back, right? Like anybody, like they had the script already. The script belonged to Marvel. They could have gave it to any director to redo it, but they knew what they had because the script did not change much from when he submitted it to Marvel. So they already saw what they had. They said they saw gold. This shit, no lie, bro. The fact that you care so much about a CG raccoon is crazy. And it's not like what happens at the end or happens in the beginning. It's just like his backstory,
his origin and everything. Yeah,
it is brutal. This shit says it's for kids, bro. It's dark. Oh, it's dark. Like the shit that he went through, like, and then like now watching the first one when they kept calling him a rodent and all that kind of shit, he was really like triggered,
getting tight.
Oh,
yeah,
man, bro. It brings another level of like, damn, I feel him. I know why he was so mad. The shit that he went through, and like the connective pieces between the other movies and all that kind of shit that kind of like brings it full circle, like the Sovereign and all that kind of shit, like great. And I don't want to spoil too much. I want you to see it. I want you to enjoy it. But like this movie, like brought me back to the joy of watching a Marvel movie where you feel like I'm satisfied at the end. Like I'm good. Like I'm okay. Like this is a great story. I can't wait for like whatever they decide to do moving forward. But this was a good story, and I felt like I didn't need to be reassured about what was happening in the MCU after that shit. Like, as far as like, connective tissue, like Phase 5 shit. Like, as far as like a trilogy movie, out of all the Marvel trilogy movies, it's the best trilogy. Strong finish, strong beginning, and strong finish. Because I know a lot of people didn't like the second one. The second one's kind of like weak for a lot of people. I didn't mind it, but I could tell it was like not as it was rushed versus the first one, right? Because Guardians of the Galaxy was like the first of its kind to have like these MCU characters be in the cosmic space, right? But since the first one, we've gotten so many, Thor, cosmic, the Marvels. I mean, Captain Marvel. A lot of shit ended up being more space oriented, so like it lost its flavor a little bit because we saw it already. But this one brought it back. Like it lets you know, like this is like the king of the hill of like galaxy shit. And it was dope to see, bro. It was like so many good moments, and I look at it as the replay value of this movie. You could watch this movie a dozen times.
That's a good sign.
So it's a good sign. Like me, I'm like, I will buy this. I want to buy this shit on Blu-ray. I know people don't buy Blu-rays anymore. I'm like, I want to buy it when it comes out.
That's a good sign.
Like I want to get the Steelbook if there's one. I'm copping it. Like I'm happy. I'm super happy. Like if Marvel, I know it's like pretty like dramatic to say, but like if Marvel was to like shut down their studios and they're not making any more movies, and this was like the last one they did, I would be sad, but at the same time, like this was a great story. They left at a high note. For me, this is a 5. I'm not even thinking, bro. Like the moment the movie stopped, I was like 5. I said 5.
It was a really good movie, though. It really was. I don't know. I just felt I don't want to give too much, but I wanted more from the High Evolutionary though. But
Yeah, 100%. There's some like, when you see the movie first, then we can kind of dive a little deeper. But there's definitely nitpicks, 100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, the story was good. The story was really good. The backstory we got for Rocket was pretty cool too. It was definitely a really emotional one. The theme was definitely family when it came to this one, because you had the talk with Peter and his family, and then the talk Rocket showing that his family was the other little cage animals that were being experimented on with him and stuff like that. That was his family, and others, and it was like cool. Like the whole theme of the movie was just showing off like family, and then basically help being there for each other throughout all the odds and stuff like that. So, I really enjoyed this one. We can't talk much because it's a spoiler. No spoilers, but yeah. I know people say that they cried at it. I don't know what they cried for, because I was like, when I saw it, I was like, yo, this shit was a good movie. I didn't get emotional, but it was a good movie, man.
I got fucking emotional, bro. I guess I'm more like sensitive or I'm a bitch or something like that. But like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was like the ending was good. It was good, and I felt like the whole everything I felt. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I was happy for the endings that each person got, because each person kind of like ended it the way peacefully that they wanted to end it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, like everybody gets a solid arc.
Yeah,
like the original cast, right? It's
yeah.
like finalized. Like, this is where they're going. This is the end. That's it. It's like a full arc. Everyone gets to shine, right? There's a couple of characters that don't really get their shine, but they're new additions like Adam Warlock and stuff like that. But there was like a scene, right? And I'm not gonna give the specifics, but somebody was like going through some shit, right? And Quill was super emotional, and he goes, and when Gamora's like, he's gone, and he looks at her and he goes, I'm not leaving him again. Like, and I'm like, holy shit. But the way he said it, like, you can see the saliva in his eyes, like, I'm not leaving him. I was like, oh shit. That was like, oh man, that was crazy.
The spills coming out. Like, ah!
Yo, that shit was it was just so much happiness, and it's just like, you're gonna love it, bro. Especially like Drax and all that shit, like his arc, his ending arc. Beautiful. It makes perfect sense. Like, we was focusing on the wrong things with Drax. And it was like
when they went, yo, and I felt stupid for not noticing it the whole time. It was definitely I was there. It was definitely those vibes that you was getting from Drax when they called it out, like what he was. I was like, holy shit, yeah, it's definitely. That's why it was so funny, because definitely those the same vibe you would get, yeah.
You could tell, like, James Gunn, like he had to finish this movie, right? Because he knows his characters the best, right? He said it in the interview that he wouldn't have written Peter Quill to punch Thanos. Like, he said his Peter Quill wouldn't have not done that. But like, he made sure, like, he didn't shit on that movie. They did bring it up in the movie, like, this is what he did. But he knows his characters, and he knows how they should end. And I'm glad they let him finish this project, because this was like, it was a bow tie. It was a beautiful bow tie, and it was and nothing was like predictable. That was another one. I was like, oh, this. I didn't. For me, I didn't find it predictable. I knew that there was like an end game to something, but I didn't know like the High Evolutionary. I know about his backstory, like in the comics, but I know that they kind of like changed things here. I think in the comic book, it was called Half World, right? It was not called. This is Counter Earth, right? But in the comics, it was Half World, right? Something like that. Or was it called?
I thought it was Counter Earth.
Well, I
or
could
at
be
least
wrong.
something else Earth, something like that.
Yeah, this guy was crazy, man. He created this whole civilization and like I can't say
Yeah,
word, but yeah,
civilization.
there we go. But yeah, dude, it was it's a good fucking movie, bro. It's definitely one of those movies. Like at the end of the movie, you talking about what you saw. Like, damn, man, like this is crazy. Like it just it is the conversation starter versus like leaving the theater like or whatever. It's come and gone. Like this was an MCU movie.
You
Like
talked about that last week too. If ain't nobody talking about it in the car, then it ain't shit.
Yo, and the funny thing is, yo, the Siri Dust shit had me dying because there was somebody on Facebook wrote a fucking complete paragraph, like a novel about Siri Dust and how this is not a Siri Dust movie. I'm like, damn, bro, he was really into it. Yo. I was like, yo, that's a lot. That's a lot of information.
Oh, word! I gotta check that out. I didn't.
Yeah, I forgot who it was. I was gonna reply like, we just having fun. This is not like, don't take what we say seriously. Like,
For real.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I didn't agree with you with the serial dust stuff, but I mean, that's how you was feeling about the movie, and it was funny.
Yeah, like you could tell, like
I let it rock.
You could tell, like I said it and I started laughing, like I'm just being mean. Like it just those people, it's for clicks, guys. We have to find
It's content, man. It's content
for clicks. We need clicks. But yeah,
so thank you for clicking.
Word. It performed well. It performed well.
Yeah, I give that movie a 5. A solid 5 out of 5. Yeah,
solid.
Definitely worth the watch. I'll probably go see it again too. I ain't gonna do.
100%. It's definitely a rewatch.
I actually watched that movie without no popcorn and no soda, and I didn't even notice I ain't had no popcorn and no soda. Cause I stupid bus got me there late. My show was 12:45. Yo, I got to the theater at 1. I said, yo, this movie probably started already, right? He said, nah, chill, should be finishing. You got about maybe like 5 minutes. I went upstairs. I looked at the popcorn line. There's mad people on the line. I was, nah, fuck that. I'm not. It wasn't mad people. It was like 4 people. But I was like, I'm not waiting for this shit.
Even with the premiere line?
Huh?
Even with the premiere line? I know you
guys.
It
was only one person behind the register. At that point, the premiere line was like useless. It was a dub.
Nah,
like, it was more than one person. Then you could use the premiere line, but it was like one person. Yeah, it's a wrap.
I would have been a Karen right there, bro. Like I pay for this. I need a separate line for my shit.
Nah, I ain't had no time to be a Karen. It was like 1 o'clock. My shit's like it was almost over. I said, nah, I'm out of here. I just ran one day. I sat in there. I watched a movie without no popcorn, and that shit had me like locked in. I didn't even notice I had it.
That shit crazy, man. But yeah. It sucks, man, because you got a good.
It was Counter Earth. Sorry,
Counter, right?
I was just checking that. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but this shit, like it it sucks because we got this good storytelling, right, and good direction, and then like that this person is not leaving for DC, right? He's done. The moment the DVD release date comes out and he has to promote that shit, like buy this, whatever, he's done. Like no more promotion from Disney on his part. It's like now who's gonna take like it? Whatever movie comes out after has really big shoes to fill, right? Because you can't go on a high then go back in the low. I think the next movie is the Marvels, right? That has to.
I think that movie's gonna do good.
I hope so.
I think it will.
I saw the trailer. I like the trailer. I definitely like Kamala Khan character. She's definitely gonna bring the funny in the movie. Like when she saw the cat spit out all the tentacles. Oh my god, that shit had me cracking up. And then like when she's like floating in space, oh my god, what am I doing here? Oh my god. And she said, oh my god, you're Nick Fury.
Is this an Avengers test?
Yeah, is this an Avengers test? And then when he pops about our house, he's like, did I get it?
Let's just hope that shit translates to money. I really hope so because I know that the Captain Marvel. The only reason why that shit made $1 billion. It made $1 billion because it was right in between Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, everybody thought it was a must see.
Yeah, like people went in that shit because it was like, oh, maybe we're gonna get something that's like that's gonna show whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It
Man,
was
Big
another
Boss
sandwich.
right at that Infinity War was her symbol that popped up right before Nick Fury got dusted.
Yeah.
So everybody was like expecting to see what's gonna happen next. We
Yeah,
ain't
so,
know we ain't know we was going back in time. We wasn't getting the real stories.
and that was good marketing on their part because people went out and that shit made $1 billion. So like now that this movie is not tied to anything that's like in between, let's hope that it translates. I mean, let's hope that Guardians translate. I mean, the theaters was like kind of like empty, and let's hope that this shit makes money because it may not. The climate has changed, bro. Like movies are not making the shit that's like they're not making the same exact revenue like before, unless there's like a really big character like Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man's like they made $1 billion. Right? I think that was the last, maybe the last movie to no, I don't know if Black Panther made $1 billion. The Wakanda Forever.
No, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I think it did. I don't think it did.
The second one?
Yeah, I don't think it did as good as the first one, but I think it did. I think it crawled maybe near $1 billion.
859 million. That's not bad.
Okay. It was just short, yeah.
No, that's not. But yeah, I knew. I had a feeling it didn't hit it.
So I think I think that Spider-Man, No Way Home, made the $1 billion, and I think it made $1.5 billion.
Oh, that definitely made $1 billion, and I contributed to that shit. I saw that movie multiple times. I definitely contributed to that shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope that Guardians is seen by a lot of people, man. It deserves, the recognition. It's a really good. It's a touching story.
I think it will. I think like taking myself out of like our positions of being like fans of all of this stuff. Like I think Guardians being like how you explained it earlier, being one of those that they just came out of nowhere with, and like I think that was one of the ones that really hit the world or like social norms by storm, right? Nobody expected that. Nobody knew who these characters were. Everybody fell in love with this movie, and like you said, whether the second one was wishy-washy or not, like I feel like a lot of people were running on that Guardians bandwagon since the first movie. I think people will go out and give it a chance because with all of these new things that they come out with, and who's this new character? Who's this? What's this show's about? Whatever. Like Guardians I guess, has become one of those mainstays across the years, or one of those staples, I should say, across the years, where I think people have, especially when it comes to a family film, like people really have faith in this. So I think a lot of people are gonna go and see it. Definitely. And another good thing to marketing too, we forgot, like they just had a Christmas special not too long ago. So for people that don't even go out like that, just seen a Christmas special on Disney Plus. So I think people are definitely gonna go out and see
it. It definitely ties into the Christmas show.
Okay.
It definitely ties into that shit. It's pretty funny. Yeah, man, this movie's all about like not running from your problems, right?
Right.
Rocket he's been running away from his past. Peter's been running away from his past. That's all about running from your past and then meeting it head on. And that's what kind of like hit. Like, oh, damn, this shit hits, bro. Drax, that shit hit. I mean, everything hit, bro.
Yeah, I think James Gunn said like the first one was dealing with issues of the mother, the second was dealing with issues of the father, and the third is issues of the self. So I guess like looking at Red is already nodding, so I'm guessing that, yeah, that's right on the head, right? No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. You're nodding your head. I'm saying before I even finish talking, I'm saying like, so I guess he was on point with what he said. Like it seems like that's what you guys got out of it in this last installment.
Yeah, that's what it hit, man. Especially like being like so invested in these characters now, like. Guardians was like one of my favorite fucking movies, right? It was different. It reminded me of Star Wars, and it was just like a whole bunch of characters that no one fucking knew, right? You know what I mean? Like it's just the only character I really knew was Rocket and Groot because it was in the game. That was in fucking was it Marvel vs. Capcom?
Like yeah,
and. That's all I knew. Then I found out they changed a lot of like backstories between Gamora and not Gamora, Peter Quill. But it made me want to go and research these characters. but like, yeah, it was a beautiful story, man. It was beautiful, and it stood away from like a lot of like the political agenda, right? There was nothing that was like, oh man, like pandering. There was no pandering.
Right.
It was a self-contained story that just, it just wanted to tell a great story, and it hit. Oh man.
Does this give you more confidence for James Gunn writing and directing Superman?
No, man. Like, what I mean? Like watching James Gunn, like his, like, it's different, man, because his shtick is like these characters that's like super lovable and oddball and just like funny and all that kind of shit. I'm like,
yeah,
really can't do that with Superman.
Yeah.
But he's saying that it's not going to be a comedy fest.
Right.
But it's James Gunn, so I'm hoping like he knows that there's you got a Man of Steel out there, right? That was really pretty on par of being like it was a masterpiece to some people, right? So he knows like he has to elevate that to something better. So there's a lot of pressure
and take it back to the old school at the same time.
Yeah, there was like they had an actor that they're saying that he might be cast as Superman. His name is like Luis Soto. He looks like fucking Clark Kent, like cartoon Clark Kent.
Is he a big dude? Because I don't remember the names, but I saw a picture of some dude that looked kind of big, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Let me see. It was a fan cast, but then it got to like James Gunn. He's like, let me see back to this. And I think they found a Lois Lane as well.
Okay.
Let's see here if I can pull this up. Let's see here. Are they gonna show his I didn't know this was a TikTok video.
Yeah, that might be him. That Wolfgang thing. Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah. That's what I seen. Yeah.
He's going to be new Superman?
No, I mean it's a high chance. His name is Luis Soto. Yeah, Wolfgang is another guy.
That's what I'm about to say. Where's the Wolfgang dude? Do they have him in the video too?
Nah. This is what's happening. This is the Lois Lane.
I mean that might be the same dude, but I can't remember because I seen a clip of like a show that he's currently on. So
yeah,
I can't tell if that's him or not. But
that's.
I mean, yeah, he does. He does.
You know what
and
I mean?
If that's his actual build, yeah, I mean he actually does. Like, yeah, I mean he looks like he could pull off that geeky shit.
Yeah, it's all about the geeky. Yeah. It's like the geeky nerd shit. And that's his thing, man. James Gunn likes to take like the nerd, like he's a nerd at heart, right? And he likes to elevate the nerds. Like the nerds could be the popular, right? Like they get the girl because they're the nerds, right? That's his thing. That's the storytelling. He loves telling these kind of stories. Where we no longer like the I say we because I consider myself like a hybrid nerd, right? I know a little more than I should be knowing. Yeah, man. So other than that, man, nothing too much to talk about. Oh yeah, Yellowstone, man. My man Kevin Costner is out after this season. Kind of mad about that, but it is what it is, man. They could do without him. They probably saw Succession and they were like, "Hey, we could do it." If you guys don't watch Succession, I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but that shit got spicy. Super spicy. Yeah. Do you guys have anything else to add on before we close out?
Me? I said Guardians of 5. Waiting to see what James Gunn bring for the Superman. Oh, yeah, I got one more. Cleopatra was white.
Yo.
Yo, hot, real quick, man, before we close out. That's true. Cleopatra, she's white. And that shit that happened on the train, bro. The dude that got choked out.
Oh my god, yeah, man.
That shit was listen.
Oh,
a lot of people are talking about on this story. They don't even live in New York. They be saying how they can do this, how they can do that. Mind you, we've taken the train, right? We've seen some crazy ass fucking people. Sometimes these people need to be restrained, right? Because they have you noticed a lot of shit that has been happening, like stabbings and homeless people pushing people on the tracks. We get it. Our heads are on a swivel, right? But there's a way, right? This man was choking this dude out for like 15 minutes. He didn't
all he did was come on. He say, "Yo, I'm hungry. I'm full. I don't care if I go to jail, bro." Like that's all he can. He say, "I'm hungry. I want food."
Yeah,
you choke him out for that? Like, come on, man. We are from New York. We would ignore that shit. We'd watch him, but we ignore him because he's homeless. Life already beat him down enough.
Like I've
let the man rant off. Leave him alone.
Like I've been on trains where someone will come in and they'll say they'll say they spiel, and no one paid attention and they flipped out like fuck yeah. But they just gonna just walk away.
Yep, and move on to the next part.
They'll move to, but sometimes you have some that like try to press people. Yeah, that's okay. You can intervene and be like, yo, get the fuck off the train. We've seen it happen all the time.
Yeah, throw him off the train. That's what we see people doing.
Yo, hit him with the Jazzy Jeff.
Oh, my man had him in a sleeper. I'm looking. I'm like, oh my god, bro.
Exactly,
like,
bro. Like, who
first
are you?
His arm, when the dude's holding him down his arm, you see the arm not even moving. I'm like, he's out. Once the person's out, let the whole go, bro.
You cutting the circulation to his brain off. The moment he's out, that's it. And there's like 4 of them, bro. Like y'all could have just held his arm. He was a skinny kid, bro. A skinny little kid. Not a kid, but like he's an adult, but his frame was small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was a Michael Jackson impersonator. Like you don't see little thick ass motherfucker doing that shit. It's typically the same build as Michael Jackson. You know what I mean?
Bro, I was showing the clips. I said his dance was pretty damn good too. I was like, yo, this is.
Yeah,
it was a little Michael Bill before Menelago, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like he was not toting no weapon and shit like that. Like he was just talking his shit. I get it. If he had a weapon and someone wanted to hold him down, he was not letting go of the weapon. I get it. You have to hold it, and you're trying to save some lives. He had nothing other than his words and fists. That could have been stopped with a quick jab, right? There's motherfuckers that shooting in trains, and the last time no one did nothing. And my man was able to leave the station and get caught like 2 days later. I don't know, man. Sometimes like I get it, man. He probably felt overzealous, mind you.
That's what it was.
And if he's coming from the military, who knows if he had PTSD and something triggered and he just didn't like, you know what I mean? Like you don't know what someone's going through, like either both sides, right? But like somebody should have told him like, yo, let him go.
Yeah,
no one's saying
that's OD. That's 15 minutes. Like, come on, that's OD. Like, I've literally got into a situation where, like, and again, it's all peoples and people drinking too much and whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, like, there's a dude that one of the dudes that we was working with was about to put his hands on my boy girl, and I'm not like gonna stand there and let nothing like that happen. Whatever. Long story short, I get in the middle. Dude trying to aggressively come at her, pushes me, so that's when I lose my shit. And then like it just like I didn't black, but like I know what I'm doing. But at the point it's like, yeah, I put him in like a UFC chokehold type maneuver, and I got him on the ground, and I had the dude there. The dude is like gasping for breath. The dude is drooling and shit. Like when somebody is done, when they're done. So to my point, like, yeah, I even held it a little bit too long, but the point is I'm not holding the dude for 15 minutes, like, or for 7 or 8, 9 minutes, like some of these people who's putting knees on people's backs and necks and shit for. Like, at the end of the day, when people are done, even when they're aggressive, when they're done, when they can't breathe, when all of the restlessness and all of that is out of them. So again, it's like when it comes to situations like this, I didn't even watch this video because like I can't watch shit like this anymore. Like, so when I seen what it was, I really didn't even watch it. So I'm just listening to y'all to get the background of what actually happened. But all I needed to hear was the dude had him down for 15 minutes, and to me, it's like, all right, you OD. Like, I don't need to hear nothing really after that. That's
This should have been
OD.
like, this should have been like a conversation. Like, I get it.
Crazy people trying to justify that shit. Like, oh, but here,
Yeah, man.
Get your head out your ass. So talking about it being funny food.
Yo, bro, like if I would have had him in a chokehold, right, and you don't want to like let go because you think he's gonna wild out again, I would have been like, yo, bro, like I get it, man. I know life is fucked up, but if I let you go, can you chill, bro? Like, come on, like there's other ways. Like there's a reasoning on why
Escalate the situation.
Yeah, like I'm holding you down because you're gonna hurt somebody. You please, like, just stop doing that shit. Like, can I let go of you? Can you chill?
And
Can you be alright?
there was another black dude on top of him too, right?
Yeah,
because I just saw a picture. Like I didn't. All right, so that's what I'm saying. Like there's a couple of
like,
y'all.
you know what I mean? Like, I'll let you go, man, if you chill, man, or like you don't have to necessarily hold the person's neck. You could just hold their arms, bro. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like
right.
holding it, like arms, chest. You don't have to hold like. Come on, that's fucked up, bro.
For that long, it's like people don't really realize. Like if you're thinking about how long, if you ever been somebody that was young, you ever got punched in your stomach so hard that you couldn't breathe?
Yeah.
10 seconds is a fucking long time when you can't breathe. And you got people choking on you for 8, 9 minutes, 15 minutes. Come on, bro. And then again, like y'all said, people are sitting here trying to validate this shit. Nah, bro. Nah, murder is murder, bro. Murder is murder. Y'all bugging out here.
And I know the dude, like, I don't think he was choking him out like to be malicious, right? Like he thought he was doing the right thing.
Right.
In his mind, he probably didn't feel the 15 minutes, right? It was probably like going so fast that he didn't feel it, right? And he's like, and right now, like, people have him locked up. I think there should be charges, right? We need to figure out what the hell was going on in his mind that he was doing that kind of shit, like, or what is the full story? What was happening, right? That caused him to do that, right? Or like, yeah, man, like he's probably thinking like, damn, like I should have just minded my fucking business, right? Like a lot of us New Yorkers be doing, like, all right, whatever. As long as the nigga ain't touching me, I'm good.
That's a wild thing too, because I fight with that also. It's like, yo, I should have just minded my business, because it's like I'm the type of person that sometimes I've been in situations where it's like, yo, I just can't stand there. I just explained to y'all one of them. So it's like there's times in life, me personally, where I'm like, yo, I just can't sit here and stand and watch something go down. I seen a video where, and I don't know if it was a prank or what, but it was a video where this dude just walked out into a bunch of people like with a can of gasoline and just starts pouring this shit over himself. Everybody moves maybe like 10 feet away, so it's not like y'all running. You're not scared. You're not that scared because you're not running away to get away. So y'all get away close enough where you're not gonna burn up if you do some stupid shit, but you're still there watching people pulling their phones out. Instead of calling the cops, you recording shit. And then the whole point of the video was like some homeless dude came and stopped them and grabbed them before he even got the lighter out and all of that shit. And the point is, like, the homeless person had more humanity than anybody else that was there in the situation. And I was talking to my mother about this, and I'm like, yeah, we understand, especially as New Yorkers. A lot of these things go on, and we want to come home safely to our families. So, yeah, a lot of shit goes on. So I'm not getting involved in this shit. Mind my business. But sometimes it's like there are just situations where it's like you have to get involved. And even if you have to get involved, you should be mindful. Again, it's like this word for me has been the main thing. It's being mindful. Like, I don't, like you said, it could have went by, that 15 minutes could have went by quick. But I still think you feel the dude struggling. You feel the dude panicking. You feel whatever. It's like there's a point in time when you like, all right, let go. Or be like, yo, start talking to him. Like you said, yo, if I let you go, will you calm down? Or go from the neck to the arms. Like if he don't want to, like something. But like, I don't know. It's tough. That's a rough situation, man.
Yeah, because between being overzealous and having that anxiety and adrenaline pumping, like you don't know your strength at that point. Like you could probably be using all your might not even know that.
Right.
You might be like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Like until the guy's gone. Once you feel like he got limp, then let go.
Yeah. Shit.
You know what I mean? Like once you know when somebody gone limp, right? When you feel every muscle, like you just drops. Like the tension is gone. then let him go, bro. Like you did your job. You know, you could knock somebody out, cool. Then call the cops, right? You know, like don't stop the train mid station. Let the shit hits. Make sure the shit gets to the next station. Then
get them off.
The break. You know what I mean? And get them off and figure out. You know, call the cops and call the ambulance. Maybe he needs to. Maybe he's having a
psychotic break.
Psychotic break. You know that happens. Yo, people. You know what I mean? There's folks. It's hard out there, man, for some people. Man.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to live in shelters and shit like that because you know they get robbed.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of like drug activity and all that kind of shit. And sometimes they live in the streets because they'd rather be in the street versus something that's more control versus something they can't control. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, you know, people need to realize like how fortunate they are. Like,
yeah,
they have a home and you know they have a place where they can go and eat and feel safe. You know what I mean? He probably didn't feel safe. You know what I mean? He felt like, damn, this is like the bottom of the bottom, right? And he's like, this is not going anywhere. He just had a break, and then him having a break caused, you know, someone's decision to restrain and you know, I don't think he meant to, but you know, unalive this young man.
It's rough, man. It just seems like this shit's going on way too much.
And it's worse, you know, it just worse when it's like a white guy that does it, right? If it would have been a black dude, Hispanic dude, then it probably would have been like, then there's more to the story. But the moment the dude is white, then it's like,
it's a triggering situation.
It's a triggering situation, especially if the DA's office is dragging their feet to press charges. Then they're like, oh, this is white, da 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 da. If it would have been black, that dude would have been locked up the day of. Which
we know is true. Exactly, we know it's true. But
unless everybody on the train, like people don't know. When you see a video, you see the video when the altercation happens, but they don't see that shit that bubbles up, right? So people that's in that train car may agree what happened. Like, yo, he was wild. He was like gonna strike people, or he was done. They tried to restrain him. Like, we don't know. We weren't there.
Right.
But again, like you said, like 15 minutes. Guys, that 5 minutes is a lot.
That's what I'm saying. That was my point. That was my point. It's like, yeah, maybe if you go to 2 minutes, yeah, maybe he didn't know. It's like 15 minutes, bro. That's a long time.
We just started. This conversation alone about talking about this guy was 12 minutes.
See?
And that's just us talking about it. This guy was being choked for as long as we've been talking about this.
See, like, nah, that's what I'm saying. People don't realize, like, yeah, it's POVs too, man. Yeah, 10 seconds ain't long unless you can't breathe. Then you see how long that time frame is.
Yep. Man, the world that we live in, man. But you know,
I'm not even trying to come at dude. It's just like it's a crazy situation all around. It's just,
it's an unfortunate situation because you have one person that's probably, you know, I don't know, like try to do good, right? Try to be hero to people.
Look out for people, yeah.
At the same time, like you don't know what he was going through. Like he probably has PTSD or you know, who knows, man? We don't know. We don't know. We weren't there. We just see a 5-minute video,
right,
and we trying to paint a picture and try to connect the dots. But until like people start coming out and start talking about it, like people that were actually there, then we can kind of get a clearer picture on what was going on. Or if they do bring charges to I don't think nothing's gonna happen to the dude. I don't think he's gonna. But I think that's gonna. But I think that
might escalate shit too, though.
The city might cave in and bring charges to appease, you know, the crowds, right? Because they don't want the city to burn. And it's kind of messed up for the guy. So he was doing right.
I don't know. Eric Adams came out, was talking shit about AOC, talking about she was irresponsible because she put out a tweet, and Candace Owens responded to it, and Candace Owens was like, "Yeah, you look like." She was like, "You probably somebody that roots for the Joker in the Batman movie." She is crazy.
She said that shit.
Yeah, bro. I wish I saved it. I don't think I saved
is-
it, but if you pull it up, I'm telling you, yeah, it was AOC had put a tweet, and then Candace Owens responded to it saying like, "Yo, you're probably one of those people that root for the Joker in the Batman movie." Like, and say that he's mentally ill, so he's the hero of the movie. She said some wild shit like that. I'm like, yo, this chick is nuts. She is nuts.
Oh man, my man is out. He's out.
Right? I was trying to ignore it. Is it here? No, this is not it. No, it might be on Instagram.
She's always responding to anything that. Candace always she waits
anything like this,
something like this to happen. She's like, oh, this is
she's on it.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I keep mental illnesses and I refuse to behave violently in public. Please know if we cannot misbehave. I'm getting close.
Damn,
man, my man sounds like a motorcycle. Man.
Yeah, I was thinking it sounded like a hookah.
That's hilarious, bro. She said that shit's fucking hilarious, bro.
I'm trying to find it so I know. Oh, there we go. I knew I would get this shit. All right, here we go. I got you. Hold on. Can you pull it up from your Instagram?
You can do it on your laptop. Did you know that?
Nah.
You pull it up on your laptop.
I thought we was running everything through you. Present.
Nah.
All right.
Yeah, you can present it.
Let me see. Oh, click present, and then what? Oh, okay. So I gotta. Oh, all right. I gotta figure out how I gotta save it then, right?
You can airdrop it to yourself. That's it, man. I'm teaching the way, bro. I'm teaching the way, man.
Nah, I'm listening. I'm about to send it to you real quick though. Anyway, but yeah, I'm listening. That'll be easier for you to pull it up. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
That sound like a hookah. Let me just
That's what I'm. It's a hookah, man.
Read it real quick.
All right, cool. I got you. I'm gonna send it right now to the.
Oh man, it's almost weird not hearing his background.
I know, right?
It's not here, bro.
Yeah, the fan is gone.
I can hear my brain think.
I didn't realize it was all coming from him. This just sounds so quiet now.
That shit sounds. Wait.
Wow.
Bring it back in.
Hit the hookah.
Damn. What did you send it?
I'm sending it right now to the group chat. It's there.
I don't think it lets me save though. 1 second.
Unless I just okay. So you said airdrop it to myself. So let me see.
Damn, it feels weird. Like not hearing is. I gotta put it back on.
I know, right?
I like that. I call that shit the ambient sounds, yo.
It is awkward though. It sounds so silent without him.
Not quiet, bro. I feel like you can hear me fucking like swallow. Hard. Hey.
That was you or me?
Nah, that was me.
Okay.
Because my continuity camera is at 10%.
Damn.
Woo.
It's a goal.
We were just talking about Candace Owens.
Boy, I'm tired. Fuck me, I'm done.
Yeah,
bleep, that's all, folks.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up right now, but we're trying to pull up this tweet real quick.
Yo, I don't know bro, that's crazy.
Now I was talking about AOC had put up a tweet. And it was she put up a tweet said, "I have yet to hear a real explanation from any official hesitating to condemn the killing of Jordan Neely about what makes condemning this violence so complicated. Killing is wrong. killing the poor is wrong, killing the mentally ill is wrong. Why is that hard to say? And then Candace Owens came back, and her response was, "You're the kind of person that watches Batman and roots for the Joker because he has a mental illness. You should not hold any position of power, and people should move out of areas in which you do. I have absolutely no sympathy for Jordan Neely."
I don't know. Candace Owens just saying that because if she had said, "Oh, I got no sympathy for Jordan Neely,"
Oh,
then
you
Candace
got
Owens
it?
would have came out and said, she would have came out and said, "Oh, I got sympathy for Jordan Neely." So I don't know. Candace Owens just want to antagonize on this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, with this shit, I mean, it's hard. Like I said, I wasn't there. But for the most part, from other eyewitnesses, the dude was just in there being loud and, saying that he want food and stuff. Like, you came in there, you choked him. He was done. He was down. There was no need for you to continue to choke him. You basically murdered him, bro. I don't care what anybody trying to flip it. You murdered the guy because you didn't have to do all the things that you did, and he didn't even look like that he was that much of a fighter either. Because you took him down in like 2 seconds. You're a Marine, bro. He doesn't just regular civilian walking on the street.
Oh wow, the dude's a Marine.
Yeah, the dude was ex-Marine. And I don't know how I don't know what's up with this new shit now that people like killing black people or injuring black people and just getting off. Like they took him to the precinct, questioned, all right, you free to go. Same thing with this woman, they gave her 5 hours community service for almost killing 6 people, driving her car in a BML protest.
Oh, the lady that ran people over on the sidewalk and all
Bro, 5 hours community service. Yo.
5 hours? That's what she
it.
got?
Community service, that's it.
Do that shit in one day. You could do that shit in one day, bro.
Crazy,
Let me do 5 hours all day.
Let me bust this out real quick, bro.
Fucking violation. We're like the only race where they like to play in our face like they play funny and some shit, man. Like,
Oh man. Yeah. Well, on that note, guys, we are gonna wrap up today's episode 135. We'll be back next week. I'm not sure if there's anything that's gonna be happening in between the next show. I'm not sure if we can have any more content. I'll try to see if we can pick some of the things out that was in this here and make clips and shit. But other than that, man, look out for the Discord. If you guys are in the Facebook group, I will post a link there probably sometime next week to kind of launch it to see. It's probably doing like a soft launch, see how it works out. And we open to suggestions as far as like if you want to have like subtopics. I created each channel as a form, so like you can go into this form and you can place your, like if it's a leak, you can add a photo and there's a form. It'll be like a form thread, not like just random chat. So it's like everything is self-contained. You could just talk about that one specific thing within that one form. It's almost like Reddit on the Discord. Yeah, it's pretty neat, man. I like it a lot, and I think that it's gonna be cool to kind of like utilize like all the topics, and like this is probably a good way to like do like raffles and all that kind of shit, or get like guest appearances and shit. It's gonna be fun. But other than that, man, thank you guys for hanging out with us on this Friday night. We're gonna give you back the rest of the night. Go watch Guardians because we're gonna talk about it in detail next week. Go watch Bupkis on Peacock. Go watch Ted Lasso. Go watch all these great fucking shows that's on and that no one's really talking about. It's a really good show. Pete Davidson and Joe Pesci. Peep that. Yeah, man. Till next week, guys. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Later, guys.